I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing there frowning.
Barbershop conversations, man. What's up, Keno, Jeff Smith, Adolfo? I appreciate you. What you doing over here, man? What you doing over here? Coming to the stage after he closes the door. Oh, you don't have to close it. You can close it when you leave. Yeah, mommy can hear you. Let mommy and Kennedy hear you. Coming to the stage. Push that chair back. Coming to the stage. What's up, Mr. Flo? How you been, man? I ain't seen you in the chat in a minute. The gentleman, Lincoln Curtis Gerald Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll make a name for it by next
Lincoln Curtis Gerald Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen. Hawthorne. Thank you, buddy.
I can promise you the next one will be longer.
Longer? You want to play it now? Okay.
Next
Okay, next one.
one. Tomorrow.
Mayana. I appreciate you. Nick Don is in the building. What's up, Ma? How you doing? How you feel? How you feel? So proud of that young man. Who? Get out of here, man. Love you. Man, welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you. Busy day in boxing, huh? I might as well open up the phone lines now. You know what I mean? But I just want to give my take on something really, really quick. First, Hank Lundy, Adrian Broner, February 25th. Busy day in boxing. Blue Blood had official. I don't know if I would call it an unofficial press conference to get the ball rolling. Yes. You want to play too? You do? How bad do you want to play? How bad do you want to play? Super? Do you want Lincoln to watch? Go tell Lincoln. All right, now Kennedy wants to play. That's okay. That's what we just we just do what we do. You know what I mean? And I'm watching the Kentucky, Georgia. I don't know why I didn't have a TV in my other house. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This you want to perform? You ready? Coming next to the stage, the most beautiful girl in the world, Kennedy Lenny Jean Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen. Hawthorne. Kennedy, Lenny, Jean, Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen. Hawthorne. Close the door, please. Thank you. All right. Thank you, beautiful. All right. Now we can get moving with the show. Appreciate y'all, man. We working on our 10,000 hours, and ain't no use to do it in front of thousands. You know, I appreciate the few thousand that'll come in here and support Lincoln and Kennedy. If you got some kids that are talented and you want to post them on the show, you know, all you got to do is DM me a clip. I think you only can send me less than 1 minute, and I'll post it. You know what I mean? What's up, Unique Don? Yeah, the most beautiful girl in the world. And so if you got that, man, let's promote kids, man. Let's promote parenting at the same time. All right, man. Busy day in boxing, as I said earlier. You got Hank Lundy versus Adrian Broner, February 25th, Atlanta, GA. Should be an exciting. It's going to be a fun card. This card kind of reminds me of like PBC when they first started. You know, when they were just when they had a lot of energy in the card, and you knew that if you covered this fight, that you were going to make some money. You knew that people were going to be there that you could interview. You know, I think that it's gonna be a fun card. You know, Adrian Broner opened up PBC, and he's opening up BLK Prime in 2023. So it's gonna be a good card. So if you got the tickets, gonna go, especially the seats you want. I think they'll go. What's up, Mr. Hooker? So I'm not sure when the tickets are going on sale. I would think tomorrow. So I can expect that to come out tomorrow. Should be exciting. And then Oscar De La Hoya, right? What I got in the chat. Oscar De La Hoya said he got the contract, and he's looking it over tonight. It should be signed in the morning, and April 15th is the date. I'm interested to see how this plays out, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be interesting. Tank has a 2-day trial, February 16th and February 17th. What else? And what else we got? Yeah, so it should be exciting, and I know we're gonna have fun with all this, but let me explain to you what I'm thinking. I know we can. I'm talking about Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, and you guys can chime in as you please too. And happy birthday to Muhammad Ali, Martin Luther King. I was gonna make this show about the civil rights movement, but it's too much going on in boxing, and I know boxing fans are excited. So this show is about this. This show is for the people, man. It's for the people, man. So, people are suggesting that Al is protecting Earl, and I went over their resumes, right? And I was thinking Keith Thurman fought Leonard Bundu first. Then Earl fought him. Keith Thurman fought Sean Porter. Then Earl fought him. Keith Thurman fought Manny Pacquiao. Then Earl fought him. And then here's where I draw my conclusion. Al Haymon knows that Earl has maybe one more fight at 147. We'll see. And this is pure speculation. I don't believe Earl is going to take the Keith Thurman fight at 154, but let's just say for common sakes, for the sake of the argument, right, Birdman? I'm about to get my $50 from Birdman. And if he fights Keith Thurman at 154, he's protecting Keith Thurman more than Sean Porter. I mean, Keith Thurman more than Earl Spence. Fred, why you say that? Because he's still going to be the mandatory at 147 for one of those three belts when Earl Spence move up. And then he fought Danny, and then he fought. Yeah. Oh, Earl didn't fight. Yeah, but it was scheduled. I apologize. Thank you for correcting me. So that's what I'm saying. People think that Earl Spence is Al Heyman's darling. He's not. Keith Thurman is more Earl Spence darling. I mean, Al Heyman, Keith Thurman is more Al Heyman's darling. It looks like it. He's not, but I really think Keith Thurman, because he's never been able to he's never been under any pressure. He's always been able to come back and get a big fight. He had a tune-up with the Riverside Rocky in New York, and then he also had Manny Pacquiao. He gets Manny Pacquiao after fighting in January, then in July he gets him. So when people say, "Oh, Earl," but no, it's Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is Al Heyman's baby. He opened up PBC with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman had a job with Fox, but I'm willing to bet he probably didn't take the job full time because he lives in Florida, and that's a hell of a flight. Too much to travel. I don't think Keith Thurman was willing to move to the West Coast to do that job. You can't fly in. I mean, it's just a tough job flying in every weekend to do the show. So, and I think that's one of the reasons why Sean Porter got the job. Actually, Earl Spence said that he was offered the job before Sean Porter was. But this move at 154 for not a belt will favor Keith Thurman more long term, because Keith Thurman's going to stay at 147, and win or lose, he's going to be in a number one spot to fight for a belt. And what would that do? That gives Al Heyman the belts again. And Al Heyman gets to manipulate and move how he so pleases. I didn't even see it. I didn't see the Coach Calvin Ford and Bill, but we talked about it yesterday and the day before, but I haven't seen it. But yeah, man, I'm opening up the phone lines, man. But I'm really, really excited about boxing, man. We got some real conversations going. Now all we got to do is see these men perform in the ring. And when these men perform in the ring, we got Adrian Broner, Hank Lundy, we got Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. I wonder what Oscar's gonna say in the morning. Oscar done put himself in a position. He's the people's champ tonight. Oh, Oscar De La Hoya is the people's champ tonight. Oh, boxing is in love with Oscar tonight. I got the contract. So we gonna see what to do, man. We really gonna see what to do. They posted a picture of him with Ryan Garcia at the Golden Boy office, and we're gonna see what see if he signs the contract. Boy, he applied a lot of pressure, though. I ain't gonna front. Oscar applied a whole lot of pressure, and now we can put that shit to bed now, right? There ain't no contracts before a fight. Yeah, sure, there are contracts before a fight. It's PBC has been able to get away with a lot of shit. They have been able to get away with a lot of shit, like Bob Arum, like Eddie Hearn. When you do it in house, you're able to get away with a whole bunch of shit, and that's just it. But when you cross promote, I mean, when you use another promotional company, then that promotional company want to be protected, and I really believe Oscar wants to be protected. And they really believe they could beat Tank Davis. I think it's an interesting fight. It's a compelling fight. It's a highly marketable fight. And I don't know how many pay-per-views it would do, but I know it's going to do in the highs because people aren't going to stream it. People really, really want to. It's a fight party fight, and it's going to be in Vegas. LA is going to show up. Texas is going to show up. New Mexico is going to show up. Baltimore is going to show up. Philadelphia is going to show up. And it's going to be a fun ride to see this promotion. And you know who got a sleeper promotion? BLK Prime. Hank Lundy is a talker. I don't know if BLK Prime is equipped to handle an Adrian Broner and a Hank Lundy. I really, really don't know. But if they are, they got a sleeper. They got a sleeper sale. And what's up, Robin? Rockman? What's up?
Yo, real quick, I'm gonna get off. I'm driving. Did you check out Fight Hype? Stephen Espinosa interview recently.
What'd he say?
I think you've been vindicated. He was saying something to the effect that there are conversations that he's not privy to. Behind, I guess between PBC
Oh,
and.
really?
Oh yeah, you need to check it out. I think the transcript is on Boxing News 24.
It's on Fight Hub, right?
Fight Hub or Fight Hype, whatever. I'm not sure which one it is.
Fight Hype.
Yeah. So
during the week. So
okay, yeah. So check it out. I guess do a quick search on YouTube and it should come up.
Yeah, it's 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, so
check it out, and I'm listening.
All right, we gonna watch it right now.
All right, talk to you.
Why not? Marcos ain't gonna mind. Marcos don't mind the promotion of his platform. Let's see what Stephen Espinosa has to say.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that.
Let's hear what he has to say. I've been vindicated.
Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by.
And I'm not kissing Marcos' ass, but Marcos has been doing a really good job. I like how he pushed Adrian Broner. I like that. He didn't get caught up in that. Marcos, you've been doing a good job, man. I know we're not best of friends, but I think you've been doing I said that last night too. You've been doing a hell of a job. Keep going. Keep getting these questions asked. And yeah, man.
Stage front VIP here with the head of Showtime Sports, Mr. Stephen Espinosa. Stephen, Spence, Crawford. It's the fight that we all want. We still hope. Let's backtrack a little bit. Terrence Crawford gets a knockout over Avenesian. What'd you make of it?
Look, Avenesian certainly came to fight. And, I think even Crawford fans were getting probably a little bit, I wouldn't say anxious, but a little impatient. It's sort of like you're usually seeing, him break out. And then it was sort of like a bolt of lightning out of the blue, and it was over. So, maybe there's a little bit of ring rust there. You had a decent opponent, and Terrence took his time, and look, it was an impressive result.
After the fight, he told us that, hey, I want to make this fight. And I think he's even tweeted at Spence, hey, I'm ready. How much is that weighing on the mind of Showtime, of PBC, and Arrow, that in fact is the next fight for April or these next coming months?
Well, look, it's still an attractive fight, and no one's going to, hold grudges and say we're not going to deal with him just because the first time didn't quite go the way.
You know what? He's not talking with direction. He's talking as it's still an attractive fight. No, you're supposed to say I've been working on this fight. I am going to go back and negotiate. I wonder if he said that, but it's weird that he's not talking in strong first person accounts.
Way he wanted. But there are other factors now. There's been, there's a mandatory order. There's, all of that. And I think there's an assumption, you can wave a magic wand, and make it all go away to get a proper.
Al Haymon waved the magic wand. If Earl Spence fight Keith Thurman, Al Haymon waved the magic wand and got all 3 sanctioning bodies. All 3 sanctions. I've never seen this in boxing history. All 3 sanctioning bodies to approve this fight, and it will be a WBC sanctioned fight. But like I said, Birdman, I don't believe that fight is happening. But we will see.
Fight. I don't know that that's the case right now. I think it's not as simple as that. But look, I have no doubt, there's no one on this side, from Errol, most importantly, to everyone else, that is, throwing that opportunity away. I mean, they're still looking and saying, look, this can realistically be made, great. Now, having said that, nobody wants to go through that experience again. And I know, look, there's a lot of different versions of what happened. I know on On this side, it felt like the rug being pulled out from under us with very little notice. And, so yeah, there's a little damage control to be done there, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to jump back into the negotiation if there's an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, a lot of people felt that with him doing that pretty much killed the fight, because on your guys' sense, like you mentioned, pulled the rug out from you guys, and you guys like, well, why are we going to do business with a guy that does this? So in fact, that maybe it did hurt a little bit, but that's not going to stop the fight being made, or it does present a difficulty, like a new.
I think. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah. I think there's got to be a different dynamic, and there were certain points that, there were a range of issues that Terrence brought up that really didn't get resolved, and they lingered out there, and then then things all fall apart. So no one wants that dynamic again. So I think in order for this to be a productive thing to get forward, I mean, there's got to be a different way of going about it, than sitting there and sort of moving incrementally an inch at a time over months and months. So if this is going to get done, look, we all know what the issues are.
The man is talking like he's not in control. The man is not in control. He's disagreeing with how Al Haymon did the negotiations. Man, come on, man. He says, I don't believe we should move an inch at a time. We just need to knock this deal out ASAP. He's talking about Al Haymon right now. I wonder what the next question is going to be.
We all know what a basic structure is. Either people are interested or they're not, because no one wants to waste any more time. So if he's interested, look, there's no perfect deal. There's an old saying, a good deal is a deal where everybody's unhappy.
Yeah, that's true.
So, instead of trying to get the perfect deal, let's do the best deal we can in the circumstances before this thing, passes its expiration date.
Crawford has said that, the negotiations was dragging on. You being on that side, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think I mean, look, again, I don't want to get into point fingers and inflame things, but I think if you ask this side, I think a lot of the dragging on was due to Terrence's own asks and, the timetable, in which he was responding. It seemed that a lot of time would go by after each offer. And there was just, a stubbornness that dug in on certain points that we thought shouldn't have been insurmountable. So, look, I'm sure he's got a different take on it, but there should be, we know what the issues are. There's nothing new. These are all issues that other big fights have faced. So we should be able to run. But the thing is, nobody wants to get back and, sit there and be in this soap opera of, weeks and weeks of negotiating. So, if we're going to jump back into it, let's jump back into it and get it done quickly.
He's also saying, Espinoza is doing. See, Espinoza is lying because he's afraid to destroy relationships. The reason why he's saying it's being belabored because he's not in on the negotiations. Terrence Crawford never mentioned Stephen Espinoza's name. This is all secondhand information to Stephen Espinoza. He's waiting on Al Haymon to tell him yes, but I'm pretty sure we'll figure that out in this interview.
There's been no re-engagement from either side yet?
Not that I'm aware of, but again, there's sometimes conversations that are going on, that don't go through me. So, maybe on the PBC side, maybe Al or TGB, there could be conversations.
Oh,
he says
Fred's a hater, huh? I appreciate you, Rockman. Drive safe tonight, man. Drive safe tonight, man. Take care of that clutch over there. Oh, so you're not in on all the negotiations, huh? Fred don't know what the fuck, huh, little Steven, huh? Oh, man. See, y'all thought I was lying when I said I'll be listening to Al Haymon on the phone, huh? I want y'all to hear that again. Y'all thought I was lying. He don't tell little Steven everything. He tells little Steven what to do, and that frustrates the shit out of little Steven. Let me timestamp this, man. Thank you, man. Drive safe, big homie. I never would have watched this interview. 5 minutes and 10 seconds. There we go. Let me write this down because you know I'm about to post that shit. 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, dog. I appreciate. Let's see what else he got to say.
The reason why it didn't happen was two things, which ultimately one he agreed on. No guarantee, which he said, and he stated, that's kind of weird. No other fighter gets no guarantees for a fight, but you know what? I'll take it. Second point is the transparency. Can you speak on that, and what would you say to
Hey,
those?
Marcos, good job. The only thing is I would have asked one question at a time because you can't, when you ask two questions at a time in a journalist, you can't rebuttal. So you always ask one question, especially when you got time. You see, you got time, you're having a conversation. If you're in a rush for time, then you put two questions together. But Marco should ask one question at a time. Because if he doesn't want to answer one, he'll go straight to the second question. And then you like, man, I got to ask two more questions. I don't have time to rebuttal. But you guys will learn that along the way. All right, I'm giving you guys journalists 101. All right, here we go. Let's see what he says about this. I'm interested. No guarantee and no transparency. Go, Lil Steven.
Yeah, well, look, we don't have to address the first point that much because, you know, there's been a lot of promoters and fighters that come out and say it's not that unusual to fight without a guarantee.
Well, you just gave Oscar a contract today, Lil Steven. Didn't he just give the Rainbow YMCA De La Hoya? Didn't he just give YMCA De La Hoya a contract today? I'm just asking for a friend. Did he give YMCA De La Hoya a contract? I'm asking for a friend. He did, huh? Oh, so you do give out contracts when you're dealing with other promoters. Terrence Crawford has his own promotional company. Treat him as such. But no, you didn't want to, huh? Okay. And if you're a part of Earl Spence's team, y'all better be taking notes right now. Y'all better be taking notes right now because Al Haymon and Lil Steven is not on the same page like I've been telling y'all, but Fred is the hater. See, I get in front of the story and I tell you guys what's happening and I get called a hater. Fred, you a hater. I don't respect Al Haymon. Don't respect him. I don't hate him. I don't respect the man. There's a difference. I don't think about the man only when I'm thinking about doing videos. I'm like, man, how can I piss these Negroes off today?
It's absolutely not. You know, and in fact, pay-per-view guarantees didn't even start coming into existence until about 3 years ago. Like, so the reality.
You're lying because Bob Arum convinced the left-hander. He convinced the left-hander. What's the left-hander name? The greatest middleweight of all time? Well, I might have pissed Roy Jones off by saying that, but what's the man's name? Hagler. He convinced Hagler to take the pay-per-view split instead of the guarantee. So he's lying again. But when you're dealing with, anyways, he's lying. He's lying. Shall we continue?
Is for the longest time, for the bulk of the pay-per-view business, there were very, very few guarantees. So now to come in and say I'm the first one in history that didn't get one, that's just factually absolutely incorrect. I can give probably off the top of my head 20 different fights. There have been, fights. There have been Tank Davis fights where he didn't get a guarantee. There have been Mayweather fights where he didn't get a guarantee. So look, that perspective is just flat out.
You're right.
The transparency is absolutely baffling. He got that in black and white. Seen the contract, it's there in black and white. And the reality is, the way we would have to account, like we collect the money, we do the accounting. You can't do an accounting without being transparent. Now, it depends what transparent means. To most people, it means transparency means
dancing, man. He know exactly what we mean. What the hell is the budget? What are you spending money on? See, he's being slick right now. I know these motherfuckers, man. This man is sounding like a small hat. Shout out San Antonio, man. He's sounding like a small hat. He's been trained very well. See, you can't, this is why they don't like negotiating against other people. What do you mean about transparency? Well, how you want to mean? No, everything open to me. I get to say yes and no. I don't want to fly a private jet. No, I don't want to spend $50,000 on a private jet, Lil Steven, because I know you get that jet for $15,000, $20,000. I know that. I'm not spending $50,000 like Floyd Mayweather. I'm not spending $50,000 like Oscar going to Texas, going to New York. I'm not going to Puerto Rico on your private jet. I'd rather spend $5,000 in first class. And that's just a small example. It could be anything else. You know what I mean? Do you want to spend $10,000 on food? I don't want to pay them. I don't want to spend $10,000 for the media to eat all weekend. I don't want that. No, give them vouchers. It's cheaper to give the media vouchers. So let's give them vouchers. How about we do that, little Steven? And you can go either way with it, but that's pretty much what it is. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's go.
I know what the revenues are. I know what the expenses are. I know what the deductions are. It's all out in the open.
Oh, yeah. And let's correct his ass. Floyd Mayweather had a minimum of a 33. Thank you, dog. Floyd Mayweather had a minimum of $33 million on all his fights. 6 fights, $300 million guaranteed. This man is lying, man. Man, come on. Buster Douglas had a $40 million whale event. It was like a whale, what they call it? Whale sighting? Well, yeah, it was a whale sighting. It was 9 minutes of whale sighting at the Wynn. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that? No guarantees. But you gave Floyd a 6-fight guarantee, huh? Man, this motherfucker be lying. They lie, they lie, they lie, they lie. This is how they pimp the PBC fighters. I'm willing to bet no PBC fighter has audited Showtime or PBC. I'm willing to bet because it will be front page news. If you are a pay-per-view fighter, I'm willing to bet Floyd Mayweather got $20 million minimum owed to him by Showtime and PBC if he audited them. I'm willing to bet. Minimum $20 million. But hey, matter of fact, hey, Floyd, I'll hire the auditor and you give me 33%. Wilder, I'll pay for the auditor, you give me 33%. Spence, I'll pay for the auditor, you give me 33%. Tank Davis, I'll pay for your auditor, you give me 33%. I'll take the risk. I'll take the risk. Who else pay-per-view? Manny Pacquiao. Oh, Manny Pacquiao. Oh, poor Manny. Poor Manny. Manny Pacquiao need to audit everybody because he don't even know what the internet. Man, shit. Man, they done got him on these. And see, anyways, I'll tell you about that. He's lying. He gave Floyd a 6. Anyways.
That has never been an issue on this fight or on any other fight that we've been involved.
Because you don't promote outside. They lie. Man, listen. This is why they don't like me. Because now I will say in an interview, your mind is racing to the next question. So Marcos may have didn't get all of this, but Fred ain't gonna forget this shit. Oh no, Fred will not. Steven Espinoza will never come on this platform. Never. But I gotta interview him in person because that motherfucker's a squirmer. He's a squealer. He's a squealer.
You know, if transparency means something else.
Yeah, he wants to.
See, stop playing the victim. I hate when grown men play the victim. Oh, transparency means something else. No, transparency means everything you see, I see. I repeat, everything you see, I see. That's transparency. Man, they frauds, man. Look at this motherfucker lying.
Power to at least know of expenses and ask about expenses.
Now here's where it gets a little bit complicated. If you're saying I get the right to approve expenses, first of all, I have a problem with that because what's going to happen when I tell you, okay, this is what TV production costs, and you say, no, I think it'd be cheaper. So wait a minute, now I can't produce it. You know, we've been doing this quite a while. I know what it.
He's lying now. He's lying. Terrence Crawford will not ask him about the producing. Man, stop the bullshit. See, this is fraud. This is fraudulent. Terrence Crawford's gonna say, did Terrence Crawford go to BLK Prime and be like, hey, I think camera 2, I think camera B, I think camera B should be right here. They frauds, man. They frauds. That's not what he's talking about. He want to see them. Realistically, he want to see all them pay-per-view numbers, and he want to see the total cost to put it on. Stop fronting, Steven. Stop fronting.
costs, and so if it costs pretty much the same as it does for other big pay-per-views, there's an industry standard. We're not going to go into a promotion and have the risk of someone saying to us 2 weeks out, no, I don't like that contract, I'm not signing. Or go into it and say, oh, we're waiting for a fighter's signature and it's fight week and I don't know when he's going to get around.
So how about you have him sign like you do an Oscar tonight? So he's tied in. Terrence Crawford can't afford lawyers like y'all can at Viacom, Paramount Plus. Man, they get you with language, man. That's why I didn't sign with these motherfuckers, man. Thank God I'm not in Hollywood, man. Look at this shit. This man done turned into a full-fledged fraud, man. Steven Espinosa used to have a big heart, man. He's so frustrated, man.
To reviewing this expense and approving it. Like, it's just not a realistic way to do business. Like, you've got to have a certain level of trust. There are certain protections, disclosures you can do up front. But the reality, is to be able to approve everything along the way. There's no one who's ever going to do that, because the reality is there's no way that people are going to go into it, start spending a bunch of money, go into it.
He's talking about the money, man. What's the total budget on the fight, Steven? Steven, what's the total budget? Are we putting up 10 million? What's the total budget, man? So I know how much money I can make when you give me these pay-per-view numbers. How much are you selling this fight to Indonesia, Steven? See, he don't want to talk about that because these PBC fighters don't know. If Indonesia is buying this fight for $250,000 and Australia is going to pay $300,000 and Malaysia is going to pay $250,000, Steven Espinosa won't show these to Tank Davis. Tank Davis team, Calvin Ford, Kenny, whatever his name is, Leon 6'4", they don't know to ask these questions. But then he goes over and negotiates a $10 million deal, a career high payday to fight the 5th ranked WBO contender. I know.
For promotion. And then let's say 2 weeks out, somebody gets, bug up their ass about an expense and says, you know what? I don't think, I don't want you to spend any more marketing money. Like, who's going to go into a deal where you are at someone else's mercy until the very last second?
This is all fake. This is all smoke and mirrors. How the fuck he gonna get out of the fight if you have him sign the contract? And this is why Earl's team better wake the fuck up. Terrence Crawford really just opened up Pandora's box. Like it, love it, or hate it, in terms of the business and the money. Somebody ask any PBC fighter. Okay, here's a great question. Here's a great question you can ask, since Keith Thurman is going to be in the limelight. Hey, Keith, when you fought Manny Pacquiao, how much did PBC and Showtime sell the rights to the fight to the Philippines? Ask him that question. Somebody ask Keith Thurman, how much did PBC and Showtime sell this fight to Malaysia? Isn't that a neighboring country? How much? Manny Pacquiao got fans over there. I bet they'll be like, well,
is it to that?
I don't know.
He said, I want to be able to prove this, and that, or was it?
Well, I
just wanted to know what was.
I'm not going to get too far into the specifics, but the reality is, if you're asking to approve expenses, the question is, okay, what if you don't approve? What happens? We saw this, and here's a great example: Mayweather-Pacquiao. Now you remember well. So we had this weird situation where the tickets were not released until about 10 days before, a week up. Why was that? Because the parties had mutual approval and they reached an impasse. And everybody was screwed. That is the cautionary tale. Like, so there, it's great to say, okay, mutual approval. Okay, but what if you don't approve?
But you did approve. See, what if you don't approve? That's business. That's the risk of business. What if you don't approve? Ain't no tickets getting in the way of the fight. Bob Arum wanted his share of tickets. Al Haymon wanted his share of the tickets. I want ringside. Bob no, I want ringside. Now, how many ringside tickets we got? We got 4,000? Who's the A side? So you know what Al said? I take 3,000 ringside tickets. You take 1,000. Bob no. I want 1,500. You take 25. But that's when you're dealing with people you respect. Listen to what the fuck I'm saying. They don't call you nigga to your face no more. And if you're a part of Terrence Crawford team, send him this motherfucking link. They don't call you nigga to your face no more. Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis. No, we're not willing to negotiate with your ass. Oh, we ain't willing to negotiate, but you willing to go to the finish line with Bob Arum? Huh, little Steven? Huh, little Steven? You risk all that promotion for Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, didn't you? Didn't you? I know. They don't call you nigga no more. They don't call you nigga. They call you unintelligent, untrustworthy.
What are the repercussions there and how is it resolved? If your position is nope, it's got to be mutual approval and I have the ability to blow it up at any point up until fight night, you're not going to get a lot of people who are taking that deal. Because you'll end up with something like Mayweather Pacquiao, but worse. You know, in that case, you know, the ticket demand was so high it didn't really matter, you know, in some sense, and a lot of the tickets were spoken for anyway. But it was an ugly situation. And
it wasn't an ugly situation. I was there. All is simple. I'm gonna simplify this shit for you guys. Okay, big fights. Al Haymon has a guy that gives him, hey, Al, I'm gonna give you, for the Manny Pacquiao fight, I'm gonna give you $5 million for all the seats in the 100 section. Bob Arum has a guy, hey, I need certain amount of tickets. They had to fulfill their financial obligations for the fight. Does it get ugly? Yes, because guess what? Leonard Ellaby got promises too. Hey Floyd, you know I already sold 500 tickets, Floyd, and I already spent the money. I already bought my mansion. I already bought my outfit that I'm wearing for the fight. I need these 500 tickets. So that's what it is, y'all. That's exactly what it is. All right, and I'm telling you the truth. Everybody in big fights, I don't care who you are. You can be best friends of the favorite fighter. You could be the promoter. You could be the manager. You could be the fighter. Everybody's making money on big fights. Tickets is a big fucking deal in big fights. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. I'm making money off tickets. Timothy Bradley's making money off tickets. Andre Ward is I'm just giving out names, right? Everybody. Deontay Wilder's brother's making money on the tickets. PBC fighters are making money on the tickets. So they got to fulfill these promises. So here we go. Let me finish this, Kyle.
And so you can't be in this where someone is going to have the ultimate leverage. There's got to be, hey, okay, if the two promoters can't agree, then the network breaks the tie. Or there's got to be some way of resolving it. But just saying, hey, everything, unless one of the fighters approves every last penny, everything grinds to a screeching halt. You know, that's not a realistic way to make a deal, and that's not a realistic way to do a boxing promotion.
Can you call him and tell him, yo, let's work this out so we can finally
look, I think that's the way it has to go is, you know, you laugh.
See, here's where it's disturbing. Here's where it gets disturbing. Listen carefully. Every black, Mexican, white, hey, I don't give a fuck who you are. Marcos Villegas asked Steven, can you just call him? Why can't Earl call Terrence? Why can't Terrence call Earl? Fuck this motherfucker. What you need him for? Make this man an employee. Don't make this man a business broker. Make this man an employee. Do you understand what I'm saying? Make this man a logistical worker. No, you work for the network. I'm giving the network $1 million to put this fight on. Here's the $1 million, and you throw it in their face. I'm getting all the money. Take it or leave it. Y'all got to make Steven Espinoza and Al Haymon, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, make these motherfuckers true employees. But no, I'm going to consult with my team. Al Haymon makes the best decisions for me. Bob Arum makes the best decisions for me, and so on and so forth. Y'all man, listen, y'all done lost so much money. God.
And people use the metaphor, but maybe we all need to get in the room and lock the door and, spend 8 or 10 hours. And if we don't have a deal, then everybody goes off and lives their life. But I think there's got to be.
He said go sit 8 to 10 hours. Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford is a 90-minute flight from each other, I'm guessing. Why don't y'all just go make the deal yourself? Make the deal yourself, y'all. Be grown men. The leaders, you got to be a leader in your house, and you got to be a leader outside your house. Do we understand what I'm saying? All right, here we go. Let me finish this up.
Be something to change the dynamic and change the pace of things.
By the end of this year, are you fairly confident we get it, or you're kind of like, ugh?
It's a tough one. Something has to change. We can't just repeat the same dynamic before. Spence was done with his deal. I think PBC terms we weren't that far apart from having terms resolved. So it's imminently doable. It's not something in the abstract that I could look at and say, look, we should be able to work this out in 2 or 3 hours. But that requires some trust, some give and take, and that's been a little bit difficult to get in this situation. At this point, Errol's been very clear he doesn't want anything other than big fights. He doesn't take tune-ups, not even after car accidents, not even after time off. So it's going to be a big fight. Whether it's Keith Thurman, whether it's somebody else down the line, it's going to be one of a
So I guess he is fighting Keith Thurman. Damn.
Handful of names that everyone expects him to fight. And do that.
Have you gotten any indication from him that he, like, I know we've always heard this thing, like he doesn't like Thurman because Thurman never gave him a chance when it was his time. He's not going to give him a chance. Have you heard from Spence that Thurman's not an option? I won't fight Thurman.
Look, I've heard what he said publicly, but at the same time, we also the situations,
Spence don't call you. Besides that pump fake leaked audio you gave.
Business is a powerful, persuasion.
Money.
Yeah.
Is a powerful.
So look, I think if it's the best.
I think is what you feel. I think.
Best business opportunity for him.
What you believe.
There's probably some satisfaction that he would get if he's able to get in there and beat Keith Thurman. So look,
no, you're not talking to him, man. Just say that. Say no, I'm not talking to him. I haven't spoken to him. Al Haymon calls me when he needs me. I'm just sitting waiting on Al Haymon to give me the okay. That's all I'm doing.
There's definitely some grudges held and some resentment, and sometimes that makes for the best fights.
How likely is Jerome? Do you think he would take that fight if it was presented? I know, athlete wise, he would, but in terms of business money, would he?
Yeah, I think so. It's. I think Jerome is getting to the point where Spence was, which is, Spence was avoided and was delayed in getting his title shot. I don't think that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you
that Jerome's at that point yet, but the clock is ticking now. I mean, if he wins tomorrow night, he'll be interim champion. He'll be the mandatory. Now, the clock starts ticking is when does he get his title shot?
Right.
And so I think.
Great job, Marcos. Great job, Marcos. Great job. Let me close by saying this. What was I about to say? Oh, what the fuck was I about to say? I'm gonna tell you something right now. Listening to this interview, Keith Thurman never ducked Earl Spence. Never ducked him. Never ducked him. Just how Al Haymon convinced Earl Spence, or allegedly will convince Earl Spence to go fight Keith Thurman. Al Haymon had a plan for Keith Thurman the same way he had a plan for Earl Spence. And if they had a collided years before, Sean Porter would be irrelevant. Danny Garcia would be irrelevant. Ugas would definitely be irrelevant. You get what I'm saying? So I genuinely believe that listening to this interview, yeah, man, it's bad. But go ahead, L want to come in. Go ahead, L.
What up, Fred? How you feeling, man?
Good.
Man, listening to that video is, it's quite revealing, but it's no surprise to me, but you get the message, and it's true what you said. The last thing you said about Thurman never ducked Spence. I'm glad you said that, and I've been telling cats that for years. These fighters don't duck other fighters. Believe me, man. It's very few dudes that has done this for their whole life that's scared of anybody at their weight class, man. These dudes bang with dudes 15, 20, 30, 40, 100 pounds bigger than them in the gym. They've been doing it their whole life. But I'm going to ask you this, though, Freddie. Most of the things you saying tonight is true, and it's right. But I want to ask you this. Do you think if you would, and I'm only asking this to give you some perspective, do you think if you were a fighter on PBC in a similar situation to what Earl was in, or even being on the opposite end of the spectrum, being Crawford, do you think it would go any different?
With my brain?
Just period. It doesn't matter.
With my brain? With who I am as a person? Or
yeah, do you think? Okay, what would that difference be?
It would be definitely more on my terms. I thought Paul George was about to dunk the ball. It would be more on my terms. Like I would definitely be the shot caller, and it's simple. Al Haymon wouldn't be telling me what to do. I will be telling Al Haymon what to do.
Remember this though. You're signed to PBC.
Don't matter.
Or you have to go through the PBC and their network for a fight, like Terrence Crawford. Now I'm gonna ask you the question again one more time. Just listen to it.
I don't have to listen to it because I'm telling you, I've never conformed. So, and that's why I've never signed deals. I've looked at 7-figure deals. I won't conform if I'm not in control. ESPN said you can work for me, but have no power, have no say. I'm not doing it.
Oh, and that's cool, but
it's no but.
No, watch this. Let's just listen. Hear me out. As it pertains to the specifics of my question, the results will be just the same, and I'm gonna tell you how. Remember, Earl Spence is signed to PBC. He does not operate, and we talked about this in private, and I've been on the show.
Understand? I don't have to do anything I don't want to do.
No, I'm not. Listen, I don't. Again, that's why I said listen to the question in its entirety and the specifics of the question. If you were in that position as Earl Spence is, being a PBC fighter, being signed to that company as a fighter, you're signed basically as an employee to this employer. How could you tell your employer what to do? It's impossible. It's not going to happen. That's just like allowing a man to come in your house and tell you, after you've allowed him into your house under contractual obligations. I mean,
contractual
obligations, which have restrictions. He's in your house under contractual obligations with restrictions. How is he going to tell you what to do? No, you're going to tell him what to do. It's no other way. It's no other way. It's no other way.
It's simple. I wouldn't have signed the contract. You
See,
don't
but that, no, you said no. I didn't ask that question. I'm not,
and I'm telling you this. I would not obey them if it's not on my terms.
and you're gonna get shut out. That's just the reality of it.
Simple. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. The result of it would be this. It would be the same thing or worse. They at the mercy of things that they obligated themselves to.
I'm not at the mercy of anyone.
Yeah, but no, I'm not. It's not about you. But that's why I'm
asked me. It's about me. It is about me.
No. I said if you were given, because I asked that specific question because you were putting the blame subliminally on people who really
ain't nothing subliminal.
No, well, you was basically putting everybody kind of got far from what you were saying, but I don't blame Earl Spence. I don't blame Terrence Crawford for the fight not happening. It's not their fault. They are players in a game where they are very limited, and they are limited by the structure of the corporation. And anybody else would be too.
I disagree. Not everyone go along.
Are you just not going to be involved in the game?
Right.
That's just what it is. Like, these guys are happy, and it's like what I told you a long time ago with Crawford. When you had, I guess you had difference with how Crawford, handled his business. And I said, maybe, Fred, everybody don't want to make 100 million. Everybody don't want to make 50 million. Crawford quite happy making 5-10 million a fight. And that may be where he cap out at, because he don't want to put up with the bullshit. He don't want to have to extend himself beyond what's measurable and what's reasonable. Like, some people don't want to play that game. If you want to play that game, believe me, you're going to be used and abused. You're going to be misused and abused, because if you in the game, you getting used, everybody getting used, and that's just the fact of it. So that's why I specifically asked you, what do you think it's
easy.
But look,
there's no but.
Result, but it is a but. The result,
you said me.
Again, the result that you are demanding out of these guys are results that you cannot even materialize yourself.
I'm doing it in real life.
No. The results that you are asking and demanding out of these fighters are results that you wouldn't be able to materialize had you be in a position. If everything was the same,
I wouldn't be in a position. I wouldn't be in a position. You're missing it.
You wouldn't be a player in the game then.
I would do it myself.
No, well, how? Well, do it then. Well, show us how to do it.
No, I would do it. I don't want to be a fighter.
Okay, listen. If I just want to ask you this, Freddie, because I know I would do it. No, listen.
If I wouldn't do it.
No, listen. Because you say that there's so much money that's being lost by these guys, right? That means, as a middleman, if I'm able to see an opportunity in a business, right, that is failing, but there's profit margin there, then I'm gonna come in as a middleman and pick up the pieces. If I feel so confident about that, I'm going to invest my money in it and go in there and get the money grab.
I am investing my money in what I believe in.
Oh, so you don't believe that much in what you put and what you offering as a solution? No, because if you a businessman, you're gonna go in there and pick up the money.
You got to let me respond to you, dog. It's real simple, guys. Frederick Hawthorne will never have a boss. Frederick Hawthorne will never sign a contract if I am not in a position of power. Frederick Hawthorne doesn't work 8 hours for nobody. Period. End of discussion. When I'm gonna simplify this for you. When I was 27, I had the option to go get my job back. They would have rehired me in September on a year-to-year basis. I said no. I was facing $8,000 to $10,000 a month in bills. I said no. I made it happen. You guys got to understand the mindset. You guys are putting me in a position of mediocrity. Fred don't have a mediocre in terms of power. No, I'm not that. I would not have.
Nobody has total power in this structure.
Well, I have as much power as need to be as I want.
And you have enough power to live the life that makes you comfortable and that you happy with. And that keeps you safe and keeps you comfortable, because anything outside of that, you're going to get checked, because there's checks in the system no matter what you do.
No, it's not. See, that's the point you're missing. It's not.
I'm not missing. That's reality, Fred.
No. When you have ownership, you create the contract.
All right. Watch this, Fred. I'm gonna make a point to you, and we spoke about this, but I don't think you was listening to me. We spoke about this in private. I got a hell of a memory. I agree with mostly. I respect the hell out of you for your business acumen. You know what you do in your personal life. You know, as far as with the investments in the properties, and even
But just get to the.
Hold on. Even with your zeal to go out there and fish for information from sources that are more, educated than you are, because I know you got financial mentors in your life. You make mention of these people. Like you say your business partner taught you a lot of things in the real estate game, and that's good. But and I agree with all that. Ownership is great, but I'm gonna tell you how cold the system is, and this is just a fact. How many properties do you have, Fred? If you don't mind.
Too many.
Oh, okay. Too many is maybe what, 10? Is it a number plus 10?
Go ahead. Just go ahead and talk.
No, I just want to make a point. Is it a number more than 10?
It's a good number. It's a good number. I'm
gonna ask you this. Mm-hmm. How many of those properties do you outright own, percentage-wise? Just outright own that you're not paying the bank no money towards?
I'm always going to be in debt forever.
Oh, okay. Now understand this. Do realize this, that we live under a financial structure.
That's the
point. No. Why you don't want to let me make let me make my point?
You already made this point 2 days ago.
No. Let me make my point. It ain't a poor man mentality. It's a fact.
No, it's not.
No. Listen, Freddie. Do you understand? Look, Freddie.
Just make your point. Just make your point. Make your point.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just tell you a little. I'm gonna just disclose some information, Freddie.
No, just make the point.
I know. I'm about to, Freddie. I'm about to.
You just like hearing yourself.
Hey,
just make the point.
It's not that I like hearing myself. I like being realistic about things. You know what? You know what I've come across by being at like the racetrack and being at, in Vegas. I've met super wealthy people. I'm talking about people that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And they've given me little game. And you know what I learned? That unless you part of that upper elite, it's certain things that regular people in society just don't have access to. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. You can go out and you can go out here and own as many properties as you want. If you don't have that deed that's not attached to the bank, you don't own it. That's the reality. And I'm not knocking nobody in the real estate game, because I want to get in the real estate game. I want to learn about the real estate game. But the fact that you are forever in debt, and the system is designed for you to be forever in debt, because you get penalized for paying straight cash for things. And if you don't get penalized, the Fed's going to be on you. Don't you understand how cold that is, though? And I'm not knocking nobody with their real estate ventures, because I believe in it. But it's restricted though, and it's constricted. It's really not. You don't really own it if they can take it from you. That's all I'm saying. Like it's only certain.
How How much property do you own?
I don't own no property.
Are you not an expert on this?
It's not that I'm not an expert, it's I'm a realist though.
No, you can be a realist all you want.
But listen, I'm telling you, people that told. Listen, Freddie, I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you.
Ask me. No, see, you're telling me.
I asked you already, Freddie, and you didn't want to disclose the information. I asked you. I don't know
any properties I own.
I know though. What? I asked you a question and you didn't answer it. I already had the answer to the question.
You don't know.
Oh, okay, well tell me. That's why I said tell me.
You don't know. And,
well, tell me.
And the more property you own, if you don't over leverage yourself, the better you're going to be. I don't pay taxes. You pay taxes. I create jobs. You don't create jobs. I don't pay taxes. I live for free. My entire life is free. Why do you think I bought a property and I showed it the other day? I remodeled it and I bought it this year. I'm going to buy a property next week. So you know what I'm going to do? No, you don't understand. You're just talking.
How are you living for free when you just told me that you're forever in debt? How is that free? Tell me. That's simple.
No, it's really, really simple.
No, tell me. That's real simple. You telling me you live for free, but you're forever in debt.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna tell you what some people that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars told me. I'm gonna just tell you what some people that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars told me.
Can I bring in somebody else? Because you're just
I'm just speaking real. See, you don't want to hear the truth now. Now it's can you bring in somebody else?
You own property, so
it don't matter.
You're not an expert. I'm an expert. Have you ever taken a loan out from a bank for a property?
Well, tell me. Tell me.
I just told you, but you interrupted.
Come on, I'm not here to measure dicks, man. I don't care about that.
No, I'm just saying you don't have the experience, then you can't speak on it.
Well, let me talk. But look, you speak on a lot of things you have no experience of.
No, you just here to disagree with me. Let me bring in Drew.
No, I'm not here to disagree with you on it.
Hey, Drew. What's up, Drew?
Oh, what's going on, fellas? How you doing? How you doing?
What up, Drew?
Chilling. I think there's a lot getting lost in translation. I agree with what Fred's saying. It's a mindset thing. Like my granddaddy, my daddy, like they never taught me to think of some system or some structure. You're a man. You do whatever it takes. No matter who's in control, no matter who's in charge, you impose your will. There's no system that's going to stop you. Only you going to stop you. And like me and Fred talked when we was at the gym, like there's certain people that are just gonna go after it. Don't matter. You could trace their bloodline in every empire. They got it. And that it doesn't matter what structure it is. It could be totalitarianism, capitalism, whatever. There's certain people that are just gonna go get it. They're not gonna let no rules infringe upon their mentality.
Accountant? That's a real question. Do you have an accountant?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
How many tax laws? Do you know tax laws?
I know a lot about the financial system.
I'm getting my first CPA test is next month, Fred.
I'm telling listen.
My audit exams on the 25th.
Please listen to what I'm saying. If you don't over leverage yourself and you own property, you're going to live the best life you've ever lived. Get you an accountant, learn the tax laws. They add more, they take more every year, and you will live the best life you will ever live.
You know who speaks on that a lot, like not over leveraging when you fit your first prize? Is Grant Cardone.
Yeah, Grant Cardone.
That's how he saw 9 figures.
Yeah, man.
I agree with the idea of owning property to generate a steady cash flow and a continual growth in your cash flow. I agree with that 100%. But to truly own something means that you're not in debt. If I truly own it, I'm not in debt. If I'm in debt, I do not truly own it. That is a fact. That's simple. I don't have to have no fucking degree. I don't have to have no property. That's just a fact. If I go to the bank and I have to be obligated to the contract to a contractual agreement to where they have the lien on my properties, and I'm paying them basically a profit in which they'll make, and which is called interest.
No,
and
you
if
don't pay.
I fought,
Another thing too, you don't pay. That's the whole
no,
other thing. No, see, because
that's where they make their profit at, though, Fred. They make their profit in the interest.
but you get the money back. That's what the whole point of this whole thing is.
Your accountant gets you that back.
I get my interest back.
But
that's a tax deductible.
It goes through another door, L.
That's cool. That's cool.
I don't mind giving the bank the money.
No,
and then it goes out through another door.
I get it. You gotta give the money to make the money. But
no, that's not what I'm saying.
If you're for, I understand. It's all the same game. It's all the same game.
It's not. It's not the same game. If you're in the game, just
okay.
like you're a boxing trainer, right? You're a boxing trainer, right? So I say, L, teach me how to throw a jab. I didn't say, L, teach me how to shoot a free throw. I didn't ask you to do that. You're coming and telling me, a man who probably has a land value of probably close to nine figures, a land value. I said land value, probably close to 9 figures.
Can anybody come take that from you, though?
No, you can't just take it. You can't just take it. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. This is what the Moors say. Oh, that whole conscious community shit. They can't just take your property. No, they don't do that shit, man. Reading too many books, you don't have the information. If you want to learn the information, then you ask me.
Let me disclose something for you, though, Fred. Let me disclose another. You know, I used to work for a property management company, right?
I asked you, do you own property?
But you know, I used to work with the bank, though.
You can do what you
want.
I
used to work with a company. I don't have to disclose. I know. Listen, I know enough to understand the system that we live under is flawed.
You don't
and
know
it's for the it's for the 1%.
You don't. I am the 1%, L.
No, you're not.
You don't even see this.
I'm glad you got aspirations, though. But you can't you can't put out a false narrative and then shit on everybody else, because that's what you're trying to do.
No, I'm not shitting on nobody. My net.
You're not. You're attempting to shit. Listen, Freddie. I hope you work. I hope you worth 100 million. I hope you listen. I don't have no quarrels with you becoming filthy rich. I hope you get to 100 million.
I am filthy
rich. I want you to own everything you have. All your properties, own them outright.
No, own your properties.
That's my goal. I've tried to evade the system my whole life, and I failed miserably. I tried to evade the financial system, and I failed miserably. You know why? Because I realized even with $100,000 cash, even with $150, I will get penalized for putting that in the bank or making any kind of movement on paper with that kind of money.
You don't get penalized. You don't.
Okay. Maybe I'm living in the metaverse.
Don't get penalized. It don't make sense.
Maybe I'm living in the metaverse.
It don't make sense, because if you have a cell phone.
Everybody got a cell phone, Fred.
Not everybody. I asked you, do you have a cell phone?
Yeah, I got a.
So if you're not paying mortgage, you're paying rent, right?
Yeah.
You have a car?
Yeah.
You have a refrigerator?
Yeah.
So you gotta pay.
No, I don't have. I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to that.
Are you paying interest on your car?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So you don't even know the game. You're paying interest on a car. I would never pay interest on a car because I know how to circumvent it. Instead of you coming in here telling me what to do, you should say, Fred, man, teach us how to so we don't have to pay the interest. Because Fred knows the tax laws.
I know, and I asked you a simple question that you couldn't answer earlier.
I answered
when we first had the conversation. I asked you a simple question.
I answered your question because I had the same opportunity to work for ESPN. When 710 ESPN came down here, when I was working for the LA Sentinel, who did they call for 3 interviews? They called me. I had
And
a
why
six.
did you take those 3 interviews if you didn't want the job? And
Redundant questions. You're asking redundant questions. You're asking redundant questions. I do
no,
it
I'm asking a real question.
for information.
If I go to an interview 3 times, right?
Yeah.
That means, and they've engaged 3 times with me. That means that I'm twice as much engaged because I reached out to them for the job.
No, I
They
never
didn't reach out for me.
No, they reached out to me. I never filled out a job application. Never filled out
So
a
why
job
did you go to the interview then?
because I want the information. The same
What
thing.
information?
The same thing with Warner Brothers. I never was going to sign with them. Never.
That's the same thing. Like when we were getting recruited, in grad school, Fred, we were getting recruited. We didn't have to go fill out no application. They came to us.
No, never. I did 3. I don't know how many interviews I did with them down there in Burbank, right here.
I did the same thing. I did some with HBO. There's a business management firm in Century City gave me 3 interviews. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. But I got the information. I got the process of what they do.
When I it's real simple, guys. If you don't have the hands-on experience, you can read as many books as you want. You can get as many as you want. If you're not in the game, how do you know how fast the game is if you're not in the game? How do you know how good Paul George is if you're not playing the game? How do you know how good Kawhi Leonard if you're not really guarding him?
So how do you know what all these fighters will do if you've never been a fighter, and if you've never been in negotiation for a fight?
I've been in negotiation for business. See, I understand.
So you understand the parallels that exist.
No.
You understand the parallels that exist, right?
No.
No. Don't say no.
No, I'm making
you making point. You making credit to my point. So don't act like. See, you just realized that you ran yourself into that.
No, because I'm not fighting. No, because I'm not.
You know this is all cross applicable. You know this is all cross applicable. Business is all cross applicable, man.
You're talking about being in a ring. I'm not talking about being in a ring.
No, I just actually being in the ring and negotiating deals.
I'm talking about negotiate. I've negotiated 3
Have
books.
you ever negotiated in the business of boxing? In comparison to what these fighters have to negotiate, have you ever did that? No, you haven't.
No,
but you have an idea because business is all this. It has parallels. You understand the parallels that exist.
I'm going to disagree with you because
you wrong. You disagreeing and you not stating the fact.
Well, you let me talk. All you doing is coming for the past 2 months. All you do is come here and disagree with me. But here's the point.
No. I'm not disrespecting you one time, Freddie. You let niggas disrespect you and you hear them out. You let niggas argue for an hour straight and you hear them out, and I'm the problem because I'm engaging in intellectual conversation and I'm keeping it respectful and I'm looking to learn something. So teach me.
No, I don't want to teach you. I don't want to know because you're being sarcastic. But the point
I'm not being sarcastic because the questions I asked you was for informative purposes. Because like I always say, I come on the show to have an exchange of knowledge, an interchange of knowledge.
Let me talk. I will not disclose names. I have helped 3 championship fighters get deals. Get motherfucking deals. 3. How do I know PBC contracts? I've read them. How do I know top ranked contracts? I've read them. So all this back and forth, Fred don't know the language. Fred, if I opened up my, if I had during COVID, I helped 3 fighters. 3 fighters. Swear before God. Help them with their deal. But you can go back.
Fred.
Okay, I'm lying. I'm lying.
Because if you did, you would make that known.
No, I would, and I have.
You've held no bars. You've held no bars for things more serious than that.
No.
If it meant you being right, Fred, you would be. Come on, man.
The same way you said, you know about my classroom, right?
Your classroom. What are you talking about?
Man, listen. We'll just agree to disagree, and People have the right to agree with you. People have the right to agree with me, whatever they want. But I'm gonna say this: if you want to learn, it's cool.
I want to ask this: have we had these type of conversations in private, you and I?
Not in a long time.
But have we had them though?
About every topic.
We've had these kind of conversations, so this is not nothing new to our relationship.
No, but what I'm saying,
so for you to say, oh man, for the last 3 months you just coming on here to disagree with me, man. If I disagree with you, I'll let you know I disagree with you, and if I agree with you, I'll let you know I agree with you. I disclose that coming out the gate.
You don't understand.
So this is not I'm coming in here just to disagree with Fred. No, nigga, I'm coming here to speak like L always speak and keep it 100.
No, you're not. You can call it what you want. I don't care about what
I'm not always right though, Freddie.
You can't come in here. You can't come in here and say you know about property when you don't own a property. You can't come in here and
I disagree with that.
You can't come in here and
I
tell me
disagree with that.
Show me your tax law book. Show me your
I disagree with that.
Okay, L, show me your tax law book right now.
I don't have to do all that. That's just like
I'm making. That's the point I'm making.
It don't stick here. That don't stick with this argument. That don't stick.
It does, because you're talking about interest.
Look. I'm gonna give you an illustration.
No, you're just talking.
I'm not just talking. I'm gonna give you an illustration.
And look,
I'm gonna give you an illustration. There are some people that have never boxed, right? That have never boxed in their life, but they became great trainers. I can't say that them people don't know what they're doing. They're an anomaly because they're far and few between. But there are cases where people that don't have the hands-on experience, they have the brain, and they're able to compute what's necessary in order to be effective in that craft or that skill. Now, hands-on experience, I do admit it will yield the best results. Now, do you have more hands-on experience than me in real estate? You damn right, by miles. I'm not disputing that. But just because you have miles and miles more of real estate experience than me doesn't mean that the knowledge that I have is invaluable. It's like me being a fighter, right? It's like my son right now, right? When my son get 5 years old, he's gonna have a skill set. He's gonna have many skill sets that are similar to mine because I'm gonna teach him. Now I can tell my son that I'm gonna just say boxing. He gonna learn how to fight. I can say at 5 years old, son, you have nothing to tell me about boxing because I know way more about boxing than you. No. His knowledge is valuable because one day he could potentially and more than likely he could far supersede me. So just because at that very moment he doesn't have the knowledge that I have doesn't make the knowledge he has invaluable. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't know anything. I keep telling you, Fred, you have an habitual nature to just underestimate people or to, I don't know, put yourself way at the top and everybody else is so far at the bottom. That's a character flaw, Fred, and it keep landing you in bad situations. It's nothing wrong with being confident and self-confident in yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But to always, belittle people, that's not cool. You don't have to do that to be recognized. You let the tree bear its fruit, and people gonna eat as they see fit. You understand what I'm saying? You still there, Freddie?
I'm just waiting on you to get done, because now you're a shrink. First you're a businessman. Now you're a life coach. So continue. Go ahead. Continue. Continue. I'll watch the game. Go ahead,
but Freddie, see, you making it a laughing matter and a joking matter to call me a shrink. But
You're
You also,
psychoanalyzing me. So,
but no. But you also threw shade at me, and I never made a rebuttal to say that. Oh, now you this or now you that. This happens in these disagreements happen in conversation, and you come to a resolution. And this is the resolution that I've come to.
And you can live with it. And I'm comfortable with you living with it. I'm not going to rebuttal you. So go ahead.
Because you the one that first fired off at me. You fired off at me by undermining my intellect and information that I was giving you.
We're not the same in property.
You said what?
We're not the same as it comes to real estate and tax. We're not the same.
You're right. We not. But if I state a fact, you can't undermine it based on where your work at. You can't look. If I state a fact, you cannot undermine a fact.
You don't know.
You cannot undermine a fact. Tell me where I've lied.
You paid interest on a property before.
Fred, come on, man.
Have you paid interest on a property before?
Have you knocked anybody out before? See how stupid that? Like we can get stupid.
No, because you don't know. You're talking about paying interest and never own anything. I don't pay interest. That's why I said you don't know the law.
That's a damn lie. Everybody pay interest, man. Come on, man.
It comes in one door and goes out the other door.
Come on, man. And you win and they don't.
It goes in one door.
You bigger than the program, huh? You bigger than the program, right?
No, we'll just sit and listen to you.
You bigger than the program.
Oh, I play the game. But you know.
So there you go. You answered the question right there. You play the game. You don't make the rules.
Because I do make the rules.
You play the game. You don't. You just told me you play the game. You understand that. You play the game. You're a willing participant in the game and you know your rule.
No, I don't have a role.
It's okay though, Freddie.
No, it's not okay. It's not. You don't know what you're talking
about.
Okay,
Freddie, listen. I promise you this. I promise you this, Freddie. I promise you this.
We'll agree to disagree. Are we done?
I'll double my income this year for the purpose of you showing me an economic system that you can create.
You, me, and money don't get along.
No, Freddie. I will double the amount of money I make and invest with you if you can show me a system that you can create that's better than the one that we under, because the one we under is flawed. It's flawed.
It works.
No, it's flawed.
It could be flawed. It said, and it works.
It's flawed because
and it works.
And 1% of the world owns fucking 99% of the wealth.
And that's your fault.
That's not, Freddie. You're not part of that 1%.
Own something.
You're not part of that 1%.
I'm agreeing with you.
Listen, this is a flawed system we lived under economically. 1% of the world owns 99% of the wealth. If you're not born into that 1%, you're doing the same thing as everybody else. Yeah, you might be on level 2, level 3, but you know what you're running on? You're running on a meal. Your meal just might be a little bit more controlled.
I agree. It sounds good. It's
a fact. You're not going to negate a fact based on your worth.
Okay.
You probably you worth significantly higher than me. I don't care about that.
No,
you worth significantly. Listen, this is not for ego. This is not for ego because I have no ego, Freddie. You're worth significantly more than I am.
I'm not talking about that right now.
No, because that's what you're not talking about it now, but you mentioned it and you're going to get there. So listen, Freddie's worth significantly more than me, but because you're worth significantly more than me, does not negate the facts that I'm bringing to the table that you don't want to agree with for the purpose of your ego being damaged.
I agreed with you already. But
and it's the same thing I said. It's the same thing that caused to have a quarrel, for you to have a quarrel with what I've been telling you. You agree with me now? It makes sense to you now?
Exhausted of this conversation.
Huh?
I'm exhausted of this conversation.
Damn, the truth make you exhausted, but a bunch of niggas can come on here cussing each other out, telling that they gonna kill each other and this and that, and you can and that's like entertain. You said it was entertainment to you.
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
So that the truth exhausts you, but nigga shit and bullshit entertains you.
No one can talk when you're here. No one can talk.
You've been talking. We've been having a conversation. I'm not spitting no monologue, man. We having a conversation.
We're not having. See, you talk.
You just gave me the mic 10 minutes ago and said, "Go ahead, L."
Are you done? Can I talk to you? All right. Are you done? I'm gonna beam you out. Are you done?
Why I gotta beam out?
Because I'm done. Appreciate
No,
you.
I'm listening. Why I gotta beam out?
Oh, my bad. I kicked out the wrong person. My
Oh
bad.
man, come on, Freddie. Why?
Peace. Because I don't want y'all to understand this. It's that mindset. Oh, it's the system. No matter what you do in this system, you're always going to be under control. No, get your own. Create your system within this big system. If you want to get technical about it, we're all under control. Okay? We're all under control. If you want to get technical about it, everybody's under control, right? Everybody's under a system. Everyone is governed by a government. Okay? Everyone is. But that nigga mentality, oh, you'll never own anything. You'll never do this. Well, what's the solution then? What is the solution? If you're saying this ain't the solution, then L, you got to tell us what the solution is. You don't have the solutions. It's really that simple. It's not about money. It's not about just money. We can go back and forth and back. It's about being independent with your money because people go to work every day. People go to work every day and give a motherfucker 8 hours. 8 to 10 hours a day. I'm not driving a truck. I'm not, and this has nothing to do with it. I'm not willing to give a man 8 hours of my day. And I'm not willing to do it at all. If everyone is under this umbrella of this system, but that's that black conscious talk. Oh yeah, of course we're all under a system. We got government, we pay laws, we pay taxes. But guess what? If you don't know how to circumvent those taxes, then you're out of the game. That's why the 1% and the wealthy wins. It's simply that answer. If you don't want to learn the game and you want to sit and complain and not listen to a man that is in the 1%, my tax bracket say I am in the 1%. And I'm not the only one that is in the 1%. Maybe he did it through basketball, through boxing, through stocks, through real estate. But you can't come in here and say, oh, you can't do this when you are a part of the same system I am in. You're not going to Antarctica to build your own system. You're not going to Africa. This is America. This is simply America. And that nigga talk, I don't like that nigga splaining. That's basically what's nigga splaining. This nigga splaining. This is simply that. Financially, Dre is in the 1% by herself. You don't even know what salary it takes to get to the 1%. I do. Google it. You know what I mean? It's just talk. It's just that nigga splaining. Nigga talk, nigga talk, nigga talk, nigga talk. Nah. I know how to get it. L said he made millions of dollars. He don't know how to get it. I've got $2 million checks in my life, I think. Maybe, well, it's different because when you sell property, you get the millions of dollars. I'm talking about an actual check. Like an actual check. You get what I'm saying? I got my millions $1,000 at a time. $1,500 at a time. $2,400 at a time. You said you've made millions. How much are you worth today? There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. It's really that simple. I didn't call him, knock on his door to disagree with him. He don't have the answers. I have the answers. If you want to know tax laws, I saved everybody $12,000 last night. Everybody that has a child that's at least 7 years old, you save $12,000 on your taxes. I have the answers. You don't have the answers, Sway. You don't have them. You don't own property. You said you've made millions. So if you've made millions, then why don't you have 8 millions? Why don't you have 9 figures and 10 figures? I've never lost $1 million. I've never over leveraged myself. I've never over leveraged myself. And it's really that simple. I don't like this nigger explaining excuse. Oh, you're in the system. You're in the system. We're all in the system. I'm using the system right now. It's called YouTube. It's called StreamYards. I was unemployed at 27 under this same system. I could have went back to a $50,000 job. Could have went back. Didn't do it. Built my own. I never went back to a job. L, you have a job. You quit on your business. I never went back to a job. You don't have the answers. You have what's the common sense shit. Oh, we're all under a system. We're all oppressed. This system is flawed. Everything is flawed. We're humans. This system wasn't created by God. When you get to heaven, then you will have perfect. But until then, this shit is flawed. If you believe in communism, go to Russia and China, where everybody makes the same amount of money, everybody has the same amount of kids, everybody. So, and that's really that simple. It's really that simple. I don't like this nigga explaining. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Don't like it at all. Make with what you got. If this system is so bad, don't create kids in it. L has 1 kid, I have 2. I chose to have a child in this system. So what it means, I can make this shit work. Simple. Simple math. Don't bring kids in this world if it's flawed. If we're all going to be under control and this and that, man, pity me. I'm sorry, Kyle. Go ahead, man.
Man. I was trying to get in here earlier, man. Chop it up with you about the Stephen Espinosa shit.
Oh yeah, that was interesting, right?
Yeah, man. Because but they still not gonna listen to you, bro. You know what I mean? You still don't know shit. You know, you can break it down all you want. Shit don't matter. Listen, people think that
oh shit. My boys. I'm sorry, my girls, my college teammate's daughter hit the game winner. Let's rewind this shit. We got to see this in real time, baby. She hit the game winner. Watch the crowd erupt. Watch the crowd erupt. Yeah!
Ain't that the one where Lika was like, "Are you not that good, huh?"
Yeah. Wait till I go upstairs and show Lika. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So where you ready to go to the game tonight?
I think tomorrow night. We're going tomorrow night. Oh man, that's dope. Yeah, man. So
that Ryan Garcia Tank fight.
You think it's gonna happen?
I'll be surprised if it happens. I'll tell you what I'm not gonna do is get my hopes high.
Well, we'll know tomorrow, right? We'll know by the end of the week, I should say.
Yeah.
We'll know by the end of the week. And I hope it happens. I hope it happens.
I mean, that's what boxing needs, man.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what people they don't understand, man. Boxing needs a big fight.
Big time. We haven't had a big fight since Wilder Fury 2.
That ain't the fight that we You know what I mean? We kind of fell into that. We talking about
Alder Fury 2 wasn't a big fight. That shit was huge.
no. What I'm saying, even the third one was big. I'm talking when I say a big fight, I mean Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. You know, I'm talking about like iconic. Everybody knows this guy. Everybody knows that guy. Like everybody knows Gervonta Davis. Everybody knows Ryan Garcia. When they fight, it's gonna be like the biggest shit. But you know what they should do, Fred, is try to get Keith Thurman and Errol Spence and Ryan Garcia and take on the same card. But
No,
you know,
that's two different gates. You can't do that.
shit, why not?
Two different gates. You
What
got to
you
get the gate. You got to get the gate.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you want to get 15 million and 15 million, you know what I mean? And then 400,000 buys, 400,000 buys, you know.
But shit, what if you have it at the at the Vegas stadium?
Nah, it still wouldn't be big enough. It still wouldn't draw enough money because you can do it twice. You know.
For the fans, it'll be nice stuff. Shit.
Oh, come on now. That shit would be a dream for the fans. That would be like Don King. You know.
Hey, but dude, Don King was making more money than these niggas are right now. So obviously, nigga, his model was better.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they should throw all them niggas on one card. Shit.
What's up, Mr. Henderson?
What's going on, Fred?
Hey, how you feel?
I'm chilling, man. What the business is, Kyle?
Man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for sliding through.
For sure. And your daughter look like that's your twin, boy.
Yeah. Nah, she looked the most like me.
For sure. But Fred, I didn't catch no announcement about AB's opponent, man.
Oh, it's big. Yeah, it's out. He's fighting Hank Lundy. February 25th.
Okay.
Fred, yeah.
I don't know who he is. But you said he's tougher than Red Cash, though.
I mean, he's more durable. He's gonna fight. He's gonna talk. He's gonna throw punches back. Red Cash is more of a dancer. Hank Lundy's more of an in your pocket kind of fighter. You know, depends on what you like.
Okay, so it should be more entertainment then.
Yeah, that way more entertaining.
Yeah, they didn't already shit. Man, niggas is already shitting on it, man. It's like, bro, lead it. Just man. You would think, man, this nigga. You would think Blue Blood was a white man robbing black folks the way they be fucking quick to just talk shit about what he got going on.
Oh, really?
It's ridiculous.
Oh, let me bring it. Oh, go ahead. Because I got Dion wanting to come in.
Yeah, but I do appreciate the discourse you and L be having sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's healthy sometimes, you know what I mean?
The man has come in and disagreed with me every night for 2. He's like Anthony every night. It's just like, God damn, like you just finding something for 2 months every night. He just disagrees with something. Hey, you this, but just get to the butt. God damn, just get to the butt.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this though, Delonte. It wasn't cool tonight because he kicked me out for no goddamn reason.
Yeah. No, you know what happens is y'all switch. You know when you're on the bottom of the screen and you're trying to push it and it clicks out. Yeah, if you believe, hey, I'm all for L1. I'm all for it. I'm just glad he's not in my ear, because if you're having a conversation and the man talks for 15 minutes and you talk and he cuts you off, I mean, it's simply like that. So he wins. He wins. I'm totally comfortable with that. But you're not gonna come on this platform and just say, "Hey, can I get a word? Can I get a word in on my show?" Like, it's just annoying. It's just every time he just comes in and attempts to dominate the show. If it went back and forth, it's different. He can't even control himself. Go back and forth. So it is what it is, and he won. I have no problem with him winning a conversation. So let me bring in Dion. Yeah, Mr. Gale, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Man, you broke your rule, man.
What's that?
You censored L.
Oh, I've been doing that. Oh, I've been blocking people for a long time now. I've been blocking people for a long time now because I realized that if it's not going to go, like he wants to dominate the show. It's like, can I get a word in?
Yeah, I feel you.
So every night you disagree with me. Every night. It's personal then. Every night. Matter of fact, I've never beamed into a show to disagree with somebody.
It's not like that he disagree with you every time. He's talking about it's good talking points because guess what? Both of y'all was right.
Quite possibly, two things can be right at the same time.
Yes, I'm talking about when he said the deeds. He was right.
I didn't disagree with that. I said I'm going to be in debt forever.
And that's what he got you to understand that, and that's where y'all went wrong at on that conversation right there.
I'm always going to be in. I explained it. I'm always going to be in debt.
And then his comeback was, "You're part of the game, Fred. You just win it in the game."
I said, and it works.
That's why. And that's where y'all went conflicted because, like I said, it's just like a text message. It can go two different ways if you read it wrong.
I'm blocking everybody now.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like if I send you a text message, you know what I'm saying? It could be totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my friends, we going to the Cavs game this week. But he made it seem he texted something to make it seem like we just going to one game. When I read it wrong, we going to both games. We're going to the Warriors game and the Bucks game. Right. And I was like, I read that wrong. You know what I'm saying? It came out like it was just one. So sometimes you can't be wrong, and then you know what I'm saying?
I can't explain myself. Like it's how do you feel when you're trying to get a point and the man just cuts you off? Every 30, 15 seconds. I can't even talk for 45 seconds without him interrupting me.
Can I ask you this question though, Fred?
Yeah, go ahead.
So do you look down on me?
I don't look down on nobody, but I only know one way to do it. You guys don't understand.
I'm talking about, well, you belittle me with words of I.
No, I only know my way.
That's what I'm saying. But you saying your way, but other people is humans. That's the reason why we got different names, because we handle things differently. But we can learn things off of you because you're a winner. Yes, you are a winner. But guess what? There's levels to this shit. There's other players that's winning more than you.
I know that.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, like I tell my friends all the time, you bought a new car. All right, so how much you paying interest and what did you get the tax and title for? They look at me stupid like, well, you don't own that car. You didn't buy that car. If you can't tell me the specifics of that, that means you don't own it. You bought a car, or you buying a car to own, but you don't own it. So get your words right. Like I tell them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't have that title, you don't own it. So you got to pay somebody to own it. And most likely they making money off you on interest. So, like, I understood that part. Y'all, I don't know what y'all be having, like, private conversation wise, but y'all be on some intellectual wording shit, and I'll be like, God damn.
It's he just comes in here to disagree. Like it's not even a conversation. Let's like Anthony just comes in here to disagree and then dominate the conversation. How can man listen? I can and then sarcastic. Oh, so the truth hurts? No, I can be wrong. Oh, so they can talk about this, but I can no. You won't let me talk. Matter of fact, you won't let anyone talk.
Yeah,
so
I feel you.
How about we promote your platform?
Yeah.
Which I don't mind doing, which I have done and will continue to do. You promote your platform so you can talk because you don't like having conversations.
But I wanted to ask you too about this. What he was, I think what I was getting off of what he was saying with the boxers is like he's basically saying that You never sat in that seat as compromising but I understand your point, because your point was you will never compromise. You will never. I understand that.
But that's the common brain can't understand that. The average man can't understand. Well, you're gonna be blackballed out. I chose to get blackballed out of boxing.
Yeah, you know your outs. You know the pros and cons of it.
I chose not to be a part of Hollywood. I chose to put up my own budget. Put up my own budget for my own films. I never once filled out a job application and said, hey, I need help paying my bills. Can you hire me? I've never done that since I was 27.
Yeah.
Since I was 24. Haven't filled out a job application since I was 24 years old, 21 years ago.
You got changed? I can't even get lunch.
So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't know that mindset.
I got my wallet.
I know
at the same
in my life, I could never be the richest man in the world. I already know that.
Yeah.
Because I choose not to be used by them.
Yeah.
I know, but I know when I hand it to Lincoln and Kennedy, they can let it grow.
Hey, Fred.
So am I a basic? Do you look down on me because I work?
No, but there's another way.
I know there's another way, but there's
a greater way. I believe every man should own 30%, minimum 30%.
But what if I'm saying I'm happy, Fred?
Then you're happy.
So
but that still doesn't.
So if I don't own nothing, I'm not nothing.
No, I didn't say that. You're putting words.
No.
in my mouth.
I was asked. That was the question.
Oh no. What I'm saying is the optimum way. I only give optimum solutions. What I believe to be optimum solution because it worked for me. That's why I don't drink. I don't believe in drinking. I don't believe in smoking. I don't believe in tattoos. I don't believe in piercings. I don't believe in none of that. I didn't say I don't. Probably 80% of the people I talk does all, if not one of them. I don't look down on them.
So do you believe there's a successful functioning drunk?
Absolutely.
My father.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right then. People can succeed even if they have a disease.
Yeah, but that's not optimal. That's not optimal.
Man.
Being alcoholic is not optimal.
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying that's just something that they live with, but they're not letting that stop them from being functionable.
No, but you're missing what I'm saying. That's not optimal. Being an alcoholic.
Explain that word to me, Fred, because you know what I'm saying?
Operating in the 100th percentile.
Oh, in the 100th percentile.
Optimal, yeah. So, and honestly, I don't operate in that either, but I only give the 100% solution. How do you get rich? Wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. Win the first 5 hours of your day. Don't buy bullshit. Invest in stock. One unit of stock is your first business. You don't need a brick and mortar to become a multimillionaire. Buy a Nike stock. That's your first business. One unit, one share.
Your little office, come from your little office, huh?
Yeah, like one unit. Before you put 1 unit of caloric energy in you, go look at that 1 unit of stock.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I only give optimal. And as I say to y'all, I'm not even that person when I give y'all that solution. But what I'm saying, but I can't, when there's 19-year-old kids saying, so you're going to detour someone
right
instead of owning something as opposed to renting?
Right.
And you can't write the rent off. So you're paying $1,500 a month and it just goes to a well. It just drops to the bottom of the earth.
Right.
But if I own something and I live through that asset, guess what? I get the what do you call it?
Here's another question for you though, Fred.
Money. What is that called? The interest. I get the interest rate through taxes.
I feel you.
Yes.
So another question for you is, say for instance that you did have the actual deeds, right?
Yeah.
You actually had them in a deposit in your house and shit. You know what I'm saying? You had them put up like a car title.
Right.
You just can't leave it anywhere. You have it somewhere.
Right.
Say, for instance, that you did have it and you didn't pay your property taxes. What would happen?
They would take it.
Exactly.
But that's not what happens when you're a businessman.
I understand that you gonna stand on your business and stuff. You gonna stand on your business, but at the same time, you can actually have something and it can be taken away if you don't take care of your business.
But here's the catch. See, we're in America. We act like we're not in America. You're answering questions like you're the president, the vice president, the state security. What is that called? The general state. You're in charge of the army, the navy. No, you're not. You're a civilian in America. So why would I pretend like I'm not in America? I don't ever want to have deeds. So I got 1.5. So let's say I have $1 million property. I'm sitting on $1 million and it's not making me any money outside of the rents. Why don't I pull that equity out? I have perfect credit. Pull that equity out. Get a 1.99 interest rate or an ARM, a 5-year ARM, pull that money out, pull $500,000 out, invest in that, and bring in $7,000 more. And pay that $2,000 mortgage. So now I'm clearing $5,000.
Yeah, I feel you.
This is America. See, that conversation is he's going to go to the wilderness, and this conversation that you're having, you're going to go to the wilderness and build your own nation. And you can do that. They have uncharted land in California that you can go build and have your own charter and guess what? You don't have to be governed by America. You can be the councilman in your own charted land, right? You can go to Fresno and buy some uncharted land.
But what if I say I'm cool? Does that make me any lesser than you?
No,
I don't think, if I can interject, I don't think Fred was ever saying that. And what I find is this is the crossroad that happens when people are willing to bet on themselves and people who are looking for security. When you have the conversation, Fred obviously was willing to bet on himself. So his outlook and his perspective is going to be different from somebody who is looking for security. And what I see happen 9 times out of 10 is the people who look for security. The people who look for security, when having a conversation with somebody who succeeded and betting on themselves, feel like they're being talked down to. When that's not
exactly that's what I said. That's why I kept it real with them, and I was like, I see both points. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting people to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like with Fred, like I fuck with you, but I don't ever want you to be talking down to me just because I don't have the mindset of you, because I have a comfortable mind state of just living, bro.
Yeah, but my point is, he's not talking down.
Like when he said something about the truck driving game and stuff, I'm like, that was kind of a shot. But he was just still
as an example. I use that as
I understand as an example, but he took it as a shot, and then that's when the conversation turned into something else, and we wasn't learning nothing. All I was saying is both of y'all are cool. One got the mind state, I'm gonna win by myself, and the other got the mind state, you know what I'm saying? You could just be comfortable. It's all about somebody's mind state and what you wake up with. Like I said, my question to Fred is, will he ever talk down to me? And that's my only question.
I don't,
because I don't have a mindset that I own nothing.
You don't understand. You don't understand. I tell every man, you need to own at least 30%, because when you get fired, your boss will turn on you. 100% of your bosses will turn on you one day. They're gonna give someone else. It's just a fact.
No, you already go know that.
But what 95%. But the point I'm making is you're not in control of your ascension. You're not. And
there's nothing wrong with stating that.
Yeah, and if I say that, if I say I am in control, I won't take the job that you have. That's offensive? It's not offensive because because I'm not talking in metaphors. I'm not having a conversation to emotionally comply with your emotions. It's not about being a truck driver. It's about the mindset. The mindset. I haven't signed a contract under nobody's arms since I was 24 years old. I don't understand the concept of someone got to tell me, give me permission.
Yeah.
I'm a wild pig. I'm a wild boar at this point to the median. So you won't. So when I talk, I don't understand. I understand it per se, but I don't live it. 0% of my life, I don't live it at all. I don't wake up saying somebody got to say yes.
And for the record, like I don't.
Well, you don't be trying to do it deliberately, but like I said, you know, people can take stuff the wrong way.
But what did he? How did he talk? How did he talk down to him? He never said nothing. He never said
no, because he said the truck driver. And that's when the conversation went.
You want me to use carpenter?
But truck drivers make
he's a truck driver. He's a truck driver. I'm talking to him.
But you knew he was a truck driver though, Fred. Come on, man.
I said I'm talking to him.
Yo, Dion, they make like six figures. They make like 6 figures. Most truck drivers do not work.
I didn't talk the money. I said I'm not trading 8 hours. I didn't say how much. I didn't ask him how much money he made. I never asked him that. I said,
no, you did say that. You're not trading the 8 hours. You did say that.
I'm not trading 8 hours to nobody.
Yeah, Fred, my point was though, if you having a conversation about him being a truck driver isn't a shot. If he actually is a truck driver, and he probably clears 6 figures. Like I don't know any truck driver that don't clear 6 figures. So you know what I mean? Like if him being a truck driver,
money he made. I've never asked him how he asked me how much money I made. I never asked him how much money he made. I don't care how much money he made. Like Tavion came on and says, well, I got money too. I said, I'm not comparing myself to you. I don't care. I don't care at all how much money you make. I don't care. I've never asked anybody on this show how much money they make.
Yeah.
I don't care. But I know one thing. If you don't own 30% of your life or an asset, then you're going to be fucked one day. It's just a fact. This is the system. It's the system that we live in. They're not going to pay you $150,000 when they could pay someone $50,000 as an entry position. That's life. They're going to retire you.
Oh yeah.
But why we not? So instead of just having these emotional conversations because I'm being offensive to your lifestyle, then just say the truth. It's really that easy. It's really that
true.
The truth is, if you don't own where you work, where you play, and where you live, someone has the thumb over you.
True.
Simple. That answer. Fred, under this system in America, I am in control of my day. Do I pay taxes? Yeah. Do I get it back through another way? Yes. Do I pay interest? Yes. Does it come back around and benefit me? Yes.
But it goes back to both points. Both points. Y'all both was right. You showed him how to get around interest. He just didn't want to listen.
I said I will forever be in debt because I don't want to own a property free and clear.
Exactly.
Why should I? I'm in America. Okay, so you're on lunch break right now. So you understand the governance of your laws, right? He's a truck driver. How many hours can a truck driver drive? 6 hours, 10 hours? I don't know. But he's going to stop and he's going to sit his ass down and go to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. I'm governed by tax laws. It ain't no different. But the exception is I don't get in a truck. I don't lay carpentry. I don't cut hair. I'm not a lawyer. I don't want to get on a plane. I have no desires of getting on a plane. I have no desires of not waking up without my kids. None. I'm stay-at-home poppy. That's what I am. And I'm proud of it. And I love it. That's why I won't make $10 million in one transaction. I don't want to deal with America. I don't want to be on Good Morning America. I have no desire.
Yeah.
I had 3 offers for 9 wives. 3 offers for 9 wives. Didn't take them. 3 offers. I haven't got an offer yet for checks and balances, but I had 3 offers.
Yeah, because if you took the offer, you compromise them.
And one was a first look deal. First look deal means they're going to give me a budget to create what's in my mind. I said, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'd rather be home.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, my break over, but I'm in the chat. But I'm cool with that. My break over.
Anthony's been waiting a long time. I don't know who this gentleman is. Anthony.
What's up?
Oh, this Anthony from Atlanta, Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you changed your name. I didn't know. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I just got several logins, I guess. I don't know. I just hit the button.
Main event been up for a minute. Excuse me. Everyone isn't fit to win. Sounds harsh, but some are just born to lose. I'm not complaining about this system. I'm not going to sit here and. But go ahead. It's all you, Anthony. Go ahead.
Just for the record, Fred, I never disagree with you. I just come in and add the whole truth because Fred leaves out he leaves out some words. You know, I just add the whole truth.
I don't mind. I don't
mind.
What I do. You know what the beautiful thing about it is? You hit that mute button and you let whoever, it goes around 10 people before it gets back to you.
Oh yeah.
It would be different. See, I don't mind that, but I can't allow. It's just an annoyance when the motherfucker say you're wrong, and he say, "Let me ask you a question." But wait, let me respond. That's it. It's really that simple. You can win the argument. I can't control. It's gonna be 2,500, 3,000 people that watch this. I can't control how they think. I don't give a flying fuck. In order to be a president of America, 50% like you, 50% don't. Don't give a flying fuck. But go ahead, Anthony. All you.
Yeah. I like the last caller. I saw the the different points and different points of views. Mm-hmm. He was making some good points. I know sometimes during our Discord, we arrive at those little areas right there, where I'm like, okay, well, I think Fred, you understand where I'm coming from, but you may not agree with it, may not want to say you agree with it, but I do know that people are easily offended. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about money and jobs and different things like that, and if you're doing well, because like in the chat, a lot of times I told you this before, you come off as pretentious, but I have a friend that I play golf with on the regular, and my wife always says that he's pretentious. You know what I'm saying? But he is. I mean, he brags a little bit about what he's doing. He has a construction company, and I don't necessarily take it as bragging because I know him pretty well. I mean, he's just I guess what I would say, I don't know. I guess just excited about what he's doing, and he likes to talk about it, But man, I think Hank Lundy got a chance to knock AB out.
I'm glad you believe that. Elaborate. Go.
I mean, I just think he got a chance, man. He's still in the gym sparring. He ain't, he hadn't been in this position that AB done put himself in where he's got way out of shape and all this type of stuff. Not in the gym on the regular. You know what I mean? I just think he's gonna come in more prepared. And like you said, because I remember when I first saw Hank Lundy, it was in Memphis at a little small you know, it's a little small little venue or whatever. Because it was another guy. He was a promoter at a car lot. He was a manager at this car lot, and he had a promotion company, and he had a few fighters. But I went out there to see the fights and stuff like that, and he's a brawler. He don't mind getting in there scrapping with you.
Yep. He gonna stand in the middle of the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, because the guy, one of the guys that guy was promoting, he fought Lundy. He clipped Lundy. Lundy, he started swinging. You know what I'm saying? He started swinging, man. And then next thing you know, he hurt the other guy, and it was just a fight from there. So I'm telling you, man, AB keeping his hands in his pocket, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So I just think if it becomes a scrap, AB could get touched up because Lundy got power for real.
Yeah, he do. It's gonna be a good. I like that term. It's gonna be a good scrap, and it's gonna be entertaining. And honestly, I think $40 is definitely worth that level of entertainment. You know what I mean? You got Tevin Farmer and Mickey Bay on the undercard. You have, I don't know what the other ones is.
Oh, that's dope. They actually gonna fight?
Yeah, I think so.
That's dope.
I ain't seen it yet, but yeah, so it's definitely exciting. I think Adrian Broner, Hank Lundy, and the ring entrances, and I think it's worth. I would pay for it. I think if PBC dropped a pay-per-views to $40, I think it would be like it's comfortable, 220s. You know what I'm saying?
You think it would double the viewership?
I don't know if it would double, but I think you would have happy customers. You know what I'm saying? Like I think people are with every pay-per-view, I think the unsatisfactory is growing and growing and growing.
Or just put it at 60, you know, something. I mean, give the people something, man. It's not like we seeing Floyd Mayweather every weekend, or I mean, I'll pay $90 to watch Deontay Wilder knock somebody out, though.
Sure. Yeah, like you want to like honestly, like I would have bought that, but Dre's dad wanted to watch the Dodgers was playing the Padres at the same time, and I couldn't order the pay-per-view and be like, "Hey, sorry, you can't watch a Dodger game. I'm in his house," you know. So I definitely would have paid for it.
Yep. Me and my son, we had already said we were gonna go see the Broner fight, and then when that came out that Ivan Redcash wasn't gonna fight, I was like, dang. So I told him, I said, man, it ain't gonna be no fight, but now it's gonna be even better fight.
Right. It's gonna be a scrap. It's gonna be in the middle of the ring fight, and Adrian Broner's gonna get hit, and Hank Lundy's gonna get hit. It's just who's gonna get hit more and harder. Hank Lundy coming out there, man. Hank Lundy is fun, man. I had the time. I spent some time with him in Vegas. He wouldn't know my name, but I spent some time. I spent like 2 days with him. You know what I mean? And he was in Sean Porter's camp. So
yeah. I know y'all still remember when he fought Crawford, right?
That was the same night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that night. Yeah. That was a good fight. But yeah. Mr. Henderson?
Yeah, man. I think I don't know, Fred. I can't tell you what to do with your show, but it looked like L in the chat.
Oh, I'm done with him. I'm done. It don't make sense. I'm done. He wins. He's right. He wins. We agreed that he was right. Literally, he's right. But when a man comes in here disingenuously and say, you're under a system, you can't win, you don't own anything, we're under the same system. And guess what I said? It works. This American system works. It works. I don't have the mindset. I've never felt like racism was going to stop me. I've never felt like taxes, the government was going to stop me. Do I acknowledge that it exists? Do I acknowledge that it may have counterpunched me? Yeah. I've never felt less than ever a day in my life. Day in my life. I don't go into it like I can't win. I produced a whole fucking movie. Watching YouTube videos. getting as much knowledge as possible, watching other movies, how to create shots. I didn't go to college to create fucking movies. I didn't go to college to be a real estate mogul. I didn't go to college to learn how to do stocks. I went to college to learn how to read history books. Man, come on, man. Like, so I don't understand. Like, I don't fathom. I don't grasp. Well, this system is here. It's a flaw. So what? Okay, it's flawed. Show me $1 million. Get to $1 million. He has one child. I have two children. Excuse me. We got to provide assets for our children in this system. If you don't agree with this system, leave. That's why this fake pro-black, this system is flawed. Leave. Get a passport and never come back. American citizens in most countries, you literally don't have to come back. Leave. But if you're going to live here, everyone is under this system. And guess what? I figured out a way for it works for me. I unclog drains. I'm on the roof today. I'll be taking out trash. I'll be sweeping, but it's mine. And this thing that we call America, that piece of land is mine. You can say what you want. I'm never going to, and guess what? I'm going to teach my kids the same game, and they're going to do it better and younger. Talking about, we're all in America. Make it work for you. I'm not trading in 10 hours. That's one thing Frederick isn't doing. I'm not trading in 10 hours. An hour to drive to work, 8 hours, lunch break, hour drive home. How much time do you spend with your kids? So really, the mother is raising the kids because you out working 10 hours a day. No, Fred is stay-at-home poppy. And guess what? Dre is home 20 days a month. Dre is home 15 to 20 days a month. We not chasing $10 million, $20 million a year. We're not chasing it. Family. And we put ourselves in position to do it. We had kids late. Some may argue we had them too late. But Dre is home 15. She's in that office making phone calls for 4 hours a day. Some days. And I'm in my office working doing the stock market. If America ain't for you, leave. I'm not leaving. It worked for me. Go to Thailand like Champion Heart.
Fred.
Yes.
Two things. One, before I forget, because I think I already forgot the first thing. But the second one is what you think about Nestor Gibbs over there going crazy, man.
I heard you on his show. I was great. I was happy to hear your voice. Was it yesterday or today?
It was today, man.
Oh,
but that dude, you know, you got to get aggressive with that dude, man. Dude, crazy, man. It's like, why are you going crazy about this fight? Because it's at 154. Like, I mean, you don't make any rules, man. This is if the sanctioning body is willing to let it happen, and Keith Thurman is willing to go along with it, and you know, whatever capacity he has in the decision, why are you crying about it? Like, you say you love boxing, and it's all you like just let the fight happen. I mean, no one. You got two sides, right? You got Crawford side, Spence side. The Spence people complain about Crawford and his opponent. Now he just flips over to the other side now to start the complaining with everybody on the Crawford side about what Spence is doing. It's like, dang, dude, you just flip flop. That's what this is about. And then he leaves out truths with the negotiation. He started talking about you know, it's unheard of about a no guarantee. When the whole negotiation started off with a guarantee, they moved on in the negotiation and ended up with no guarantee, and everybody just gonna go get paid from the net. Like, well, I just don't understand when people are telling these things, why they leave out portions of the story. But anyway, what you think about that?
I honestly, I think the big picture is that Al Heyman circumvented the rules to benefit him. You know, he linked the Tower of Justice to lean towards him, and like Earl is the 147-pound champion. I think that the shirts and stuff, that's all whatever it is. But I think because he has 3 belts at 147 and his mandatory is at 147 and he's moving him up to 154. That's changing the rules. And then you say you're going to reassess. No, you can't reassess because it's not in that weight class. But if the fight turns out the way they want it, they're going to leverage it to their benefit, and it goes against the rules in boxing. You know, like it's like he's afforded opportunities because he's the best player on the basketball team, you know. And it's the same thing in politics, right? Same thing at your job, same thing at your school, at the college you went to. You know, everyone is afforded opportunities, you know. And I think that's the major problem. I think that fans are having a problem digesting the shirts and stuff. That serves for great theatrics and shit like that. But the biggest issue, I believe, is the rules, the bending of the rules.
But who makes the rules? Because when you listen to the president talk about it, it's exactly what you said. I mean, it was his decision, and you know they come. Yeah, you're right. They come up with new rules just based on whatever. You know, I don't know, whatever it is that however they come up with it. Just like when they came up with the franchise belt, and you got Canelo, who should have been fighting Jamel Charlo, and then he moves up to fight who did he fight? The Kovalev or somebody like that. Then he just fight Triple G at 160. That wasn't a 168 bout, was it?
168, yeah, 168. He fought for his belts at 168.
Triple G fought for Canelo's belts
at 68. Yes.
Oh, I thought that was a 160 fight.
168. Okay. Triple G is still the 2-belt champion at 60.
Yeah, man. I just and then we don't even know if Keith we don't know if Keith wanted that too. I mean, I don't know, man. I like that fight. I don't care where it is. You know what I'm saying? And I think if Earl wins the fight, then it doesn't. The whole fuss, it doesn't even matter anyway, right?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
If Earl wins the fight, even though that fight,
see, that's the problem. Like, where do we go from here?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that
I don't know where we go from here. If Earl wins, if Keith, who cares who wins? What happens? Earl is minimized. Earl is devalued. If Earl loses, he's devalued.
Right.
Big time.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. If he wins, it doesn't matter. I mean, like the whole ruckus doesn't even matter at that point.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's I mean, I want Earl to win, but Earl got to understand. He should respect the criticism, because it's a rule that this generation of boxing has never seen. You know, so he got to understand. I don't really care. I think Ness is really good at what he does, and that's how he presents his message. Like me, I do it a certain way. I don't think the shirts are a big deal, but if he does, I will agree with him on one stint. If he takes this Keith Thurman fight and goes against what he's been saying for 3 years, 4 years, maybe, then that basically says that Al Heyman is in charge.
But it's not Al Heyman that mandated the fight, right? I mean, we could.
Now you're getting technical. See, now you're getting technical.
But yeah, I mean, I was going to say theoretically. Theoretically, we could say it's Al Heyman, but but technically, the president of the WBC is the one who mandated the fight, and He's the one who's accepting the petition. So, I mean, I just look at it like this. Everybody believes that whether they fight at 147 or 154, that Earl's going to win, right?
I don't know.
Well, that's what would you say that most people believe that though?
Earl is probably 2.5 to 1 favorite.
Okay, so when you look at Crawford and David Avenesian, who he fought, wouldn't you agree that most people thought that Crawford was going to win that fight?
Absolutely.
So that's why I say, like, I mean, like, it's like 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other. It's the same thing.
Different. No, it's a big difference because the belts, Terrence Crawford defended his belts. Terrence Crawford and really, if you go down the line, Terrence Crawford chose the highest available opponent he could have. You understand?
You really believe that though? Yeah, that was the
it
only
was.
person.
It was because Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Ennis were booked up. I forget who that they were 1 and 2.
They weren't booked up though.
Yeah, they were. You can't get the fights. Like it's not happening.
You saying that they just
you can't get them
because of network issues or something that they weren't gonna be able to take the fight.
Yeah, I don't know who was 3, 4, and 5, but I think 3 was Danny or something like that, or I don't know who it was. But I remember we went through the list on this show, and he was the highest available opponent. Did they pay to put him there? I don't know. You know, but you can argue that anyway. Canelo fought that guy, Avishashin, Arijum. He beat him in 3. That was the worst. That was the worst in history, though. That mandatory was the worst in history.
Yeah.
You know. So, but I just think it's the changing of the rules that's pissing the hardcore boxing fans off. It's like LeBron James in Game 7. Oh, LeBron James is down in the 4th quarter, so we're gonna add a 5th quarter. I think Earl should honor his commitment to the sport, make 147, move the fight 6 weeks later down the line, make 147, beat Terrence Crawford, not Keith Thurman's ass, and then early next year we get Spence Crawford. That's why I don't believe he's gonna take the fight, man, because I think Earl knows that there's gonna be pushback on this, even from his hardcore supporters. So it's just what I believe. I could be wrong, Anthony. That's why I don't believe he's taking the fight. That's why I bet Birdman $50.
Yeah, I just think it's just way too much soap opera or drama, man. With boxing, it's like, just let the dudes fight. I don't give a dang, man. It's a good fight either way. I don't care. Like, I enjoy watching these guys display their skills, and that I just want to see it. I really don't care. You know, I mean, yeah, I like belts, and you know that's great. You know, to say, oh, this guy's a champion or whatnot, but you know that's why when Bill was on here, I asked him, like, which one is more important? Like, is it the purse or the belts? And I'm telling you, the fighters don't give a dang about them belts at heart. The only reason they even care about a belt is because they can get a bigger check. That's it. And once you get to a certain status, I just believe the belts don't even really matter. They don't do anything as far as your check goes. Because just look at Gervonta Tank Davis. He getting big checks, and he ain't worried about no belt.
Facts. Big facts. Big facts. Let me bring this in real quick. No, you're making good points. It's about the money. When they talking to when they talking to Bob Arum, it's about the money. When they talking to us, it's about the people. You know, it's about the people, man. It's about the people. All right, we gonna watch his favorite part of the show. Kyle.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Champion Hot. What it do, baby? What it do? Champion Hot.
Got reason if they want
Champion Hot. Champion Hot.
I'm gonna feed them if you're coming
What's
for
going on,
me.
Champion Hot?
You ready for a demon? I got eyes in the back of my head. I'm seeing. Take me for granted, and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood, and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart, or I could go healing.
All right, thank you for joining me for another episode of Cooking with the Champ. All right, what we're gonna do today is real easy, real simple. Again, we're gonna do Cajun butter salmon tacos. Real easy. Let me show you what I got here. Okay, so what we got was we're gonna do, of course, our salmon. We got our pico mix. Okay, cilantro, fresh cilantro. We're gonna use the fresh cilantro. Okay, you know me. I'm gonna always add mushrooms whenever I can. Mushrooms, again, is a superfood, so you know I'm gonna always try to add mushrooms whenever I can. Of course, we got our seasoning, our level A seasoning. Okay, shout out to AB, Smoking and Grilling with AB. All right, and of course we have our corn tortillas. You don't want to use, well, you can use flour. I prefer corn. I want to be trying to authentic as I can. All right, and we show you how to do that here real quick, real fast. Okay, all right, so got our salmon. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of avocado oil. Now, this is Atlantic salmon, and it has the skin on it, all right? That skin actually acts as a barrier, and it also helps with locking in flavor. So it's okay to, I mean, you can remove the skin if you want to, but it's okay to prepare it with the skin on it because it actually benefits when you're prepared with the skin on, because that skin acts as a flavor barrier as well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our level up A seasoning. I'm gonna go ahead now and add our Cajun seasoning. Okay, again, this is, you can use any Cajun seasoning, but of choice that you prefer to use. It's okay. Okay, all right, so we've got 4 tablespoons of butter. All right, now this is this butter that I'm using has no salt, so it's probably best to use a butter that's unsalted. You don't want your salmon to be too salty. Okay, and again, it's okay to prepare it with the skin on. Okay, all right, so you want to share these on both sides for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. All right, so that's an easy flip. So we're going to go ahead and let those share on that side. Okay, so what we're going to do, while we're sharing this, we're going to do a butter basting technique. Okay, and you know I've done this before with cod. I've done this before with, I think, lamb chops that we did. And doing it again here with our salmon. That's just a simple butter basting technique. Okay, all right, so now you don't want to, salmon doesn't take long to cook, so no more than about 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes. That's why I said you want to share them on each side about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, if you notice, I flipped them back on the other side. Okay, again, we're using that skin. Okay, it's a barrier, also locking in flavor as well. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. These are ready. We're gonna go ahead and take these out. All right, let them rest. Then we're gonna go ahead and saute our onions and our mushrooms. All right, so the onions that we cut up, we're gonna go ahead and use that same butter sauce that we seared our salmon in. Okay, so that we we definitely get to enjoy that ultimate flavor. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Now our mushrooms, again, that's optional. That's just something that I do because, again, mushrooms are superfood. So any chance that I get to put mushrooms in something, I'll do that. So, but that's optional. You don't have to share the mushrooms. That's just something that I do. Okay. So what we're doing here is we want to go ahead and we're gonna brown our tortillas a little bit. So we're using the same skillet. Okay. And that's the thing, we really want to take advantage of that ultimate flavor. So we're going to use the same skillet that we did our vegetables in and our salmon. Okay, all right. We're going to get ready to build our tacos. All right, but first, let's go ahead and cut these up. All right, and let's get ready to build our tacos. Okay, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and build our tacos. I'm gonna show you. Okay, with one, and we're just gonna repeat this. Gonna use our pico mix here. Go with our mushrooms and onion saute there. All right. Our fresh cilantro. All right. And our feta cheese. And finish it off. A little bit of sour cream. Okay, so we're gonna repeat that. All right, and build our tacos. And of course, we've got our lemon wedges to give us that last bit of flavor. All right, so we're gonna build it and be ready for the taste test. And all right, and we're done. All right, so we have our Cajun butter salmon tacos. Okay, and got our rice with our cilantro in it. All right, let's get ready for the taste test. All right, and here we go with our taste test for our Cajun butter salmon tacos. It's good. All right, and there we go. All right, and there we go. We got a thumbs up. It's good. All right, and there we go. Cajun butter salmon tacos, really easy. I want to say to definitely don't just watch the video, but I need you to like it as well. I need you to share it. All right, and we got some big plans for Cooking with the Champ this new year. We're gonna actually document Champ getting back in shape.
Okay,
right?
let's do it. I'm waiting, Champ. I'm waiting, Champ.
I just want you guys to come along for the ride. I'm going to show you how to make different type of protein shakes and things of that sort. So definitely come along for the ride, and be sure to always like the video. All right, and I'll see you next week.
I might do that, man. I might make smoothies and shit. You know?
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
That's a good idea. I don't do too much cooking. You know.
Right.
That look good, man.
Yeah. Hey, I like. Hey, that texture of the outer texture.
Right.
Yeah. 'Cause I hate when my salmon falls apart.
Right.
Oh, I fucking hate it, dog.
Yeah, yeah. People don't know, man. You can use that skin, to prepare your salmon, and it keeps your salmon together. You see how when I was able to cut them, it stayed together.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
yeah. A
I'm
lot of people don't know that.
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. That's why I let people know that it's all right to prepare it with the skin on it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
salute
let's
to
do
you,
some
brother.
cross promotion. But before you go, I know you about to give your opinion on what, but let's do cross promotion and remind me to do because I do smoothies every morning. I'll record it and that way we'll do cross promotion so we get more people to come to your channel.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll do that. Sure. Yeah, I'll start documenting that.
That'll work. Appreciate that.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, man. I talked to I got a young lady who's gonna jumpstart me, and so she's gonna be in some videos as well. Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna get a chance to see me get back in shape, man. Well, not back in fighting shape. Don't get it twisted. But in better shape than I'm in now,
Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
Say it again.
I said, well, you never know Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
Oh, right. Right. But man, I was gonna speak on this fight a little bit, man. Y'all let Anthony come in here with the Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, exactly.
Last week, man. I told y'all this fight was happening, man. For real. I don't know what's the point of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, I don't know what's the point of it, but I knew what was happening. I knew PBC didn't want the Crawford fight, and they pushed him more for this fight, even though I think, who was it that sanctioned it? The
WBC.
WBC, yeah. I mean, they all the same, I guess, but yeah, man. So it's going to be in Dallas. You coming, Kyle?
Oh, he'll be there. Oh, you heard it's going to be in Dallas already? You heard that?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I would bet it'll be. That's not a
Yeah.
Vegas.
I'm sure it is. But I don't think it's going to be long because all Spence got to do is attack the body. We all know Thurman can't take a punch to the body. So he shouldn't, I wouldn't throw one shot to the head. I'll body punch him all night.
Earl should break him down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's definitely going to break him down.
How do you think Earl? Do you think Earl is going to be resistant to the people that's disappointed that he takes this fight and don't defend his belts, or
do I think that he's going to be? Say it again.
Do you think he'll be resistant or accepting of the people who see this as like not boxing, not fair, circumventing?
Because you saying because Thurman gets to jump the line? Is that what you're saying?
No, because it's at 154 for no belts.
Oh, right, for no belts. Yeah, I can. I mean, he's definitely gonna get some, some pushback on that, man. I know fans are gonna be upset. I mean, of course, I'm upset. I don't really want to see this. I know, but I mean, if it, when it happens, I'm gonna go check it out. But I think it's pointless. It's at 154 for no belts. So is he gonna drop the 147?
They're gonna hold up. They've given him permission.
Yeah, see, I think that's cap, man. I mean, you go to 154, how are you gonna get back down to 147? I mean, you're gonna kill yourself.
No, but that's to give Keith Thurman the belt. That's why at the beginning of the show I said Keith Thurman might be Al Haymon's favorite, because no matter what happens to Keith Thurman, he still will have a shot at the belt at 47.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But if Earl loses or looks bad, his value drops.
Right.
Earl is a darling. Earl is like he's the prom king.
Yeah.
Like he's a clean guy, he's respectful, so he's like boxing fans' darling, and I don't think he understands that for real. If he takes this fight, like it puts a kink in his armor a little bit.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see that, man. I know. Of course, the fans wanting the Crawford fight. But that's not what they want. So this is what we getting. It's basically. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was.
I was just gonna ask you why do you believe that the PBC or Earl, I guess you could say, doesn't want that Crawford fight?
Well, no. I didn't. I believe that the PBC didn't want the fight. I believe that Earl wanted to fight. I believe that PBC didn't see the marketing, didn't see any value in marketing with Crawford. They know that there's a rival between Spence and Thurman, and the PBC. I believe that they want that fight. I believe they always wanted to push for that fight. More so than the Crawford fight, because I just felt that they didn't feel that Crawford would bring the the dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, your belief is that they didn't want that fight with Crawford because it's not a big event.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe that's what they believe that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you think Thurman and Spence is bigger than Spence and Crawford?
I don't think so, but PBC thinks so.
But they're the experts.
Who says they're the experts?
Well, I mean, they've been putting on shows for years. I mean, you got you even Eddie Hearn said that, that in his opinion, Al knows the market just like I know the market, just like Bob knows the market. They know a big fight.
Right, but that's not what the fans want. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, they didn't believe that Crawford would bring the value in, so they always push for Thurman. We know that Spence don't want to fight Thurman, but he's being forced to.
No, what I'm saying is that I mean, I'm with you. I believe that the Crawford fight is a bigger fight than the Thurman fight. Right. And I believe that the experts in the business know that the Crawford fight is a bigger fight than the Thurman fight.
Wow. Wait a minute. You're saying the experts believe that the Crawford fight was bigger, or the Thurman fight?
The Crawford fight is a bigger fight. I believe that the experts would agree with you that the Crawford fight is a bigger fight than the Thurman fight.
Right. Yeah.
Now there is a flip side to that, because like they say, everything in house. I mean, it's more money for the PBC in some way or another because it's in house. But then they don't have to split it with any other network because Crawford's not on another network, so that kind of goes out the window too. At this point,
yeah.
So, I mean, I think they wanted that fight. I don't think they spent 6 months negotiating on it because they didn't want it. I just think that, it just came down to a deadline, like Crawford said, and he wanted to fight this year, so he walked away. Let me get a fight now. I just believe what those guys said is the truth. But the negotiation did take a long time.
I don't know, man. That's suspect to me. Now watch how smooth this fight here kicks off, as opposed to what was going on with the Crawford thing. You know what I'm saying? That just, in my opinion, proves that that's what the PBC wanted all the time. Watch how smooth this goes off, and you're not gonna have any of that nonsense that was going on with the Crawford negotiation.
The only reason why I would disagree with you on that is simply because you have two people that have experience and already done business deals with the PBC right here. And on the other side, with Crawford, you had somebody who did not trust the PBC. And it's reasons why, because as he stated, people that he knows that are friends, he said, friends of mine, real friends of mine, told me to, make sure you check, check everything out, cross all your T's and dot all your I's. So, I'm even the guy Steven Espinoza, just like other people confirmed the same thing that were part of the negotiation, said that Crawford was taking his time as far as getting back to him on the offers that they were sending to him, because I just hate, like, a lot of people keep leaving stuff out with that whole process, like they arrive at a zero guarantee for both of the fighters, but that's not even the way it started, because Bo Mack even said that he told him several times when they called him with an offer for a guarantee, call me back when you get to 20. Then it was call me back when you get to 15. Don't call me back if you less than 15. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right. I don't know, man. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. I think a lot of that was cap, that was going on between them. But we'll see what was happening, man. We'll see what's happening.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You want to give your closing remarks, Anthony? Anthony.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I just want to say, man, I hope we get that Crawford Spence fight next after this Thurman fight. I don't care about them fighting at 154. They can fight at 154, 147, 160. I wouldn't give a darn which one they fight at. I think it's a good fight either way. And I do believe Earl will win the fight. I hope he'll win the fight so I can see him face off with Crawford. Because I got friends down here that think Crawford's gonna win. Huh? I got friends down here. I must be on delay or something. I don't know. I do this in my basement every night, so I don't get the best connection down here. But yeah, man, I just want to see the fights, man. I want to see all those fights, both of those two fights for sure. But other than that, man, it was a good conversation, Fred. Great show as usual.
You got a 4-heater or you got a heater in your basement? How does it work? That's a real question.
No, I have central heating and air down here in the basement. I got the ducts. You get that system where it'll where the shutters are closed on the main level. So I don't have 3 units. Like I know I had another house. I had 3 units. This house only has 2 units, but it's some system where the shutters will close once it reaches a certain temperature on the main level, and then it'll bring it down here if you need it. You have the
overflow.
What is that thing? The thermostat. It's a all you gotta do is have a thermostat in your basement.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay,
you don't have to add another.
Yeah, because on the East Coast, the basement counts.
Right. I was gonna ask you in Chicago, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
They got basements in Atlanta?
A daylight. Yeah, I got a daylight basement. It's the second one I had like this. Second house I had like this.
I didn't know they had basements in Atlanta. Huh? Okay.
Oh yeah, they got them. Yeah, I spend most of my time down here, man. I'm like Fred. I don't hardly leave the house. I just leave the house to go get my little girl from school. I don't leave the house, man. I don't leave. I do everything online. I just started doing trucking too. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny or anything, but I started. I got some trucks and added on with another guy, and now I'm down here learning how to pick loads and everything. So
wow,
it's fun. It's fun.
Congratulations.
Oh, you were listening earlier, right?
Yeah.
Champion Heart. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was listening.
I hope you and L make up, man.
I'm not mad. I don't care. Like, listen, you got to understand my mindset. I don't care about people that disagree with me. I can't. I can't carry that. I can't.
Yeah.
And you get it when you get it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you can't. Anyways, go ahead, man. I appreciate it. I'm not going back and forth. He's right. He enjoy. I'm very comfortable with him winning that discussion.
All right, fellas.
Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself, man.
All right,
Champion,
you
you got anything? Oh man, 3-hour show.
Man, that long?
Yeah, you got anything?
Yeah, let me say this. It's a shame that we are, as fans, we're never going to get that Cropper fight. It's a shame. I've said it before. This era of boxing sucks. We don't get the best fight, the best, and that's not right. But it is what it is. I'm getting more and more like DJ, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
watching, watching the UFC more and more.
He ain't gonna be in until Sunday because he knows I got the Eagles and the Giants this weekend. He ain't gonna call.
Yeah, he's not coming. Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, but yeah, man. This thing with Crawford and this thing with Spence and Thurman. Fans are upset about it. Of course, Spence is going to get some pushback. I think it's more disappointment than anything else. I don't think it's anything against Spence. I just think it's more disappointment more than anything else. And speaking on the discussion with UNL, it's possible that that two people can be right, and it is what it is. And like you said, it's mindset, so it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Salute to my brother L, Kyle. Salute to you, Fred.
Thank you.
All right, my brother, Mr. Williams. Salute to you, brother. You sell American Bullies? Is that right, brother?
Yes, sir.
Dig that. Yeah, my cousin, man, he does that. Same thing. That's what's up.
Beautiful dogs, ain't it?
Yeah, they are, man. And I'm a shepherd guy, and he's got me into American Bullies. Watching him raise those dogs, man. And because I was born and raised with shepherds. And but yeah, I like those bullies, man. I really do. All right, salute to you, brothers. And I get with y'all, man.
Thank you, dog.
All right,
Mr. Henderson, all you.
All right, I want to say, as I always do, shout out to Barbershop Conversations, Mr. Fred Hawthorne. Shout out to Kyle in the boxing section. I appreciate. I gained him some followers, promoting my platforms on the Barbershop Conversation. So I want to appreciate the audience. And L, I think it was me and Tavion that you was referencing, tonight when you was like, you got brothers up here arguing for an hour or whatever. I hope you took notice to the fact that me and that brother came to common ground and we ironed that thing out. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, hopefully you rewatch the video and listen to what Fred said, because I don't think it's about what you had to say. It's about the fact that you wouldn't let Fred say what he needed to. And maybe y'all can get to some common ground. I just watched a video of y'all brothers together in Fred's car. So, it ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. And with that being said, Gotham City Bullies on TikTok and Instagram, man. Till tomorrow, Fred. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Kyle, what's up, man? You going on that in 26 minutes? Well, maybe not. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I appreciate you guys coming tonight, man. I just think it's asinine to come into this show and find something to disagree with. I mean, it's just asinine every night, and then you over talk everybody. Like you're the smartest person in the world. You can be the smartest person in the world, but be the most respectful man in the world. When people talk on this show, I shut up and I let them talk. It's really that simple. And I stand on what I say. And I don't, like I said, what I say, I believe. I don't have to say maybe, sometimes, I don't know. Yeah, no, I stand on what I believe in. And Fred would not be in the position of another man over him. No, I wouldn't. And every day of my life, I have an option of getting a job, whether it's at Burger King, McDonald's, Warner Brothers. I don't know if I can get back at ESPN, but I know I can go sign the deal tomorrow at a studio. It's not hard. And it may be for pennies on a dollar. It may be for what I want, but I'm not trading that in for my freedom under this game that I'm playing. And I'll leave you guys with this. Don't fall for the bamboozlement of we're in America, we're never free. Every day you wake up with a choice. Every day of your life, you wake up with a choice to get better or to get worse. And you can't complain about this system and wake up every day in it. Just like you can't wake up with the same woman every day and complain about her. And there's another thing too. I told you guys a long time ago, America has a problem with having the high school dropouts trying to convince the kids to stay in school. That's the problem that we're having. No, I need a doctor to come to the school and inspire me. I don't need someone who's never bought a property, or I don't know if he's never bought a property, but if you're not who don't own a house or a property, telling me to stay in school. I want Grant Cardone. I want other people coming in here telling us how can we get better, and we don't need that fear tactics in America. Oh, we're 3/5 of a human being. No. I don't believe that. Lincoln doesn't believe that. Kennedy doesn't believe that. Dre doesn't believe that. The Hawthorns believe that we can accomplish what we set our minds to. And I just stand on that, man. If a Crip can tell you, hey, young brother, don't go to jail. He's not telling you how to be a lawyer. He's saying, don't go to jail. I can say, this is how you save $12,000. This is how I save $12,000. Here, take it. I'm not charging y'all $9.99 on my Patreon. I am an absolutist, period. What are the results? If you don't have the results, shut the fuck up. It's simple that if a man has the results versus a man that doesn't have the results, the man that doesn't have the results should shut the fuck up. When my business partner teaches me about how to get tenants in Section 8, okay, you only got to tell me one time. I got it. I go to an eviction lawyer. This is what I got to do. This is what I got to say on my eviction letter. Done deal. I have a roof guy working on my roofs this week. He's the expert. I didn't say, oh, I can do it. No, I went to a roof guy. I didn't ask L how to drive a truck. I asked him how to throw a jab. Teach me how to throw a jab. You don't come in here and say, I'm the expert on tax laws and property. You don't own fucking property. And that's the problem we have in America. We got the high school dropouts teaching kids not to go to jail. If you're an expert on driving trucks, bring your ass in here and teach another 19-year-old how to drive a truck. If you a boxing trainer, teach a motherfucker how to throw a jab. If you a lawyer, teach a motherfucker how to get through law school. Fuck these fucking fear tactics that we put in these people is a fucking shame. And that's why we're all in the median. Many of us are we got family members in the median. Oh, the white man got me. Oh, you don't own nothing. If you don't have the deed, you don't own. If you got the deed and you got $1 million in your property, you're not maximizing that asset because this is America. And if you're complaining about America, leave. It's really that simple. It's that I didn't go to Champion Heart. Hey, I can cook salmon better than you. I didn't say, hey, champ, I can do smoothies better. I said, no. How about we cross promote and I promote your platform? I didn't say, hey, champ, I bet I can make smoothies better than you. That's the problem that we have. He challenging me. Man, listen. I Googled the 1%. I exceed. Dre is in the 1% by herself, according to salary. So I just, if be an expert, be an asset, whatever your assets is, lend it. Kaba Kamini. You know why I give people stocks? Because Kaba Kamini came in here. Remember that night we just ended the show? I felt there was no need to even extend the show. He said in this show, and I took the heart, give your greatest asset to your tribe for free. That's why once a month I give people stocks. Boyce Watkins is charging you $10. Jay Morrison is charging you $10. I'm giving it to you for free. I did the research for you. It's simple. I don't come in here saying I am a boxing expert. I can throw a jab better than you. I didn't say I can drive a truck better than you. I know property better than you. Everybody got common sense on property. You put a deposit down, you get the property, it's on a loan, you got to pay down that loan, and then in 30 years or 15 years or whatever your loan agreement is, you own it. I'm never going to own my property. I'm never going to own my property outright. The moment I pay it down to 100,000 and I got $1 million, I'm taking out 600,000. And I'm going to find me another asset that can pay off this loan that I took out, the 600,000, and pay off the loan that will pay off the new asset. And I keep doing it, and I keep doing it. And then you know what I do? I take out a $3 million life insurance policy. Why do I take out a $3 million life insurance policy? So when I die, my kids ain't got to worry about paying the taxes. It don't go to probate court. That's why. Ask me these questions. You don't know the answers. I have the answers as it pertains to this. That's all. We got high school dropouts telling kids in high school, don't go to jail, stay in school. No, teach these kids how to be lawyers, doctors, technicians, truck drivers, carpentry, barbers. Stay in school. It's your best move. No, teach me how to be a lawyer. Instead, we want to teach them how to Dougie. Teach me how to twerk. Teach me how. No. Teach me. No. This instant gratification bullshit is not really the norm. Some people get it. Some people hit it. Make a YouTube video and boom. No, this is 7 years, 8 years I had this platform. It takes time. So that's all I want to say. If you're an expert at something, I don't know how to downshift a truck. I know how to find leaks on a roof. So you know what I did last week? I did my best to teach people how to make, you can charge $300 to fix a leak on a roof because that woman is 67 years old and a widow. She ain't climbing a ladder to get on the roof. And the man got a bad hip. Her husband got a bad hip. He ain't climbing the ladder to get on the roof. So, you know, they're going to give you $300 to put silicone around that leak. And guess what? The silicone going to hold that leak for 5 years. That's what I do. I don't talk about what I don't know. So I said all that to say, if you don't have statistical data, then what's the point? So, and my ego wants to prove this point. I'm not the 1%. This is all ego, guys. It don't matter. I have a big ego, and I love my ego. My ego got me to the point where I don't depend on nobody. And you're not in the 1%, nigga. $570,000. I made $1 million in April last year. Man, get the fuck out of here. Who you talking to? Man, 1 month. I made $1 million off of Google stock in September. Man, they split. Didn't they split in September? Man, come on, man. Or late August, whatever, man. Come on, man. Y'all better cut that shit out. And what did I tell y'all on my Instagram? Y'all better buy Google stock. Y'all better buy Google stock. I told you when it split and it was $100 a share. Y'all better buy it. Southwest. How much money have I made on Southwest? I made $15,000 on Southwest stock. But you know what? I'm bragging about it. But what did I do? When I realized that it's a chance for all of us to make money on it? I think it's at 37.05. I think it closed at 37.05 today. Let's see if I'm right. My ego is so big that I believe that I can be an asset to you. It closed at 37.04 today. Damn. Oh, we climbing. I bought it for 32. I bought it for low 32. My ego is that big that I can do the research for your ass. I done made $15,000 in 3 weeks. Frederick done made $15,000 in 3 weeks. And you know what I did when I bought it for low 32s? I gave it to the people on my Instagram. I said, here, I'm about to buy this stock. You should invest in it. I didn't say, I'm a carpenter. You need to know. No, that's not what I do. Teach people how to drive a truck, L. Teach people how to throw a jab. That's what be an expert. Share your information. If you don't have the wisdom to apply the shit, shut the fuck up. And I stand on that. I have enough confidence. 3 weeks ago, the stock was plummeting because Southwest canceled all those flights. And I said, hold up. Why is 50% of my timeline complaining about? It's really this simple. Why is 50% of my timeline complaining about Southwest? So I checked last year's report, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017. So I forecasted it. Even if I got to hold on to this stock for 6 months, when our kids get out of school and we go on spring break and summer break, I bet you I'm going to make some money off this stock. We did it in 3 weeks. The stock is up $5 in 3 weeks. Let's see. Let me show y'all. 1 month. Look, 32.19 was its lowest point, was when I think I bought it, like the last week of December. Look where it's at now. Look where it's at now. I only give what I know. Appreciate y'all, man. Smartest man in the fucking world. No. I want the wisest man in the world. You could be the smartest. Be the wisest when you come on this fucking show. If not, shut the fuck up. I'm gone, man. Appreciate y'all. Holla.